Welcome to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
Hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. I'm so glad you're here listening to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet. It's the Xbox Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my good friend Bowsah and Mitch Power. How are you doing, Mitch Power?
I'm doing pretty good.
I don't like the fact that your names are so close, Power and Bowsah. That's what trips me up. I'm getting old here, Bowsah. How are you doing?
That's the problem. I guess that explains things.
I messed it up last week. I'm not feeling so great this week, but that's all I could conjure. I almost introduced another show, I'm pretty sure. I kind of switched gears halfway through. Like, oh yeah, it's the Xbox Drive.
We'll do the Nintendo show. It doesn't matter.
I almost did like the Pants Patreon podcast. Thank you for supporting us at patreon.com. But here we are, episode 371. Fiona's not feeling so great. We send her our best. But my goodness, Bowsah, what a week for an Xbox podcast. This is it. We've been doing it for hundreds of episodes for this. It makes it all worthwhile, Bowsah.
We did it. We did it finally.
We did do it.
Life flows through us, Mitch Power. There's just,
it does.
I don't know about you, man. It's electricity flowing.
Let's just say after watching that conference, I was literally just saying what over and over and over and over again. Like, what?
Yeah.
Not like this, though.
What?
Like, what?
That's really cool, though. Like, what?
What?
Who is that? Where does that sound
That is
like?
Tim the Tat Man.
Oh, okay.
He literally asked, his friend asked him a dumb question, and he said,
What?
What?
That's really good.
So, yeah. Really
We are here live at youtube.com/carpoolgaming, live at twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live, where we are each and every week. We're joined by wonderful people in the chat. Seth Sturgill, Riley King. Welcome to the Xbox ecosystem there, Riley King. I see you, my
welcome
friend.
back, Riley.
We are international. We got Fulia the koala coming in from Down Under. And we're excited, man. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff here. But before we do, we're going to start the show like we do each and every week with our Geek Outs. Bowsah, you geeking out about anything? Are you mad that I went to you first? Do you want me to start?
It's fine. I'll geek out about naps.
Naps.
Man,
Sweet.
naps are so good.
Naps are good.
I took a beautiful nap today after I finished up work, and now we're back in business. That plus a Wendy's Frosty,
Ooh,
dip
I
my
love
little
Wendy's.
fries in there, level up.
I want to celebrate you having Wendy's. I have a New Year's resolution of no fast food this year. 24 days, no fast food. Only 321 days to go. I don't know how to do that math. Is it 341
right.
days? Something like that. Only a little bit to go. Mitch, what are you geeking out about over there, you big dork?
I was geeking out. Last Sunday, I had the most successful stream I've ever had that wasn't an event.
Hey, nice, man.
Don't know why I had like 40 viewers naturally show up, no raids, nothing.
I love it.
Had like 1,500 unique viewers show up over the course of the stream, which was nuts. Again, random Sunday, nothing special.
Hey,
Thanks,
you're
Twitch,
putting in
for
the work,
promoting
dude.
me. I don't know what happened,
that.
but Twitch
Just
did
keep
something
doing the
for
thing.
me.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
just
love
gotta
that
keep doing the thing.
your parents told all their friends to go check out their kids' stream. That's very nice. That was good.
right.
Finally, thanks.
Yeah.
I
My
think
mom's
my
like,
mom
you do
watched
what
it.
now? Like, don't worry about it.
How's your blog going?
Yeah. You do that little like cast pod thing, right? Like,
The
yeah.
cast
yeah,
pod.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
The
exactly.
blog business going. All right, that's cool, man. Congratulations. That's actually a big deal. Twitch.tv/MitchPower1116. That's an awesome thing. I love to hear that.
Appreciate it.
I'm geeking out about the ongoing saga that is selling or not selling my PlayStation 5 Digital Slim Edition. So far, guys, nobody wants this thing. It's not selling very good. So it's sitting on my desk. I've downloaded a bunch of games to it. So maybe I'll keep this sucker. We'll see. But I don't know. We got to have a PlayStation like state of play or something like that. We got to have what's going on over there in PlayStation land. We'll see. We'll find out. Because for now, I'm all about that ROG Ally. I'm playing that sucker.
Nice.
I've been playing Bowsah. I've been playing solitaire on that thing. I'm getting those. I'm getting on that rewards program.
Yeah, buddy.
Because I just redeemed I think this might be the first time I've ever redeemed any points. I got $25 gift card. I know, surprising. What? I've never done it before. I had like 18,000 points.
Show? Like 18 years? What are you doing, man?
Just coming on 19 years. Yeah, doing an Xbox podcast.
with my playing of solitaire before we started tonight, I just crossed over 35,000. So another 3 months of Game Pass Ultimates coming my way.
Well, you talk about it. You are officially hashtag influencer, because I've been looking at that thing. I got to get my streaks going and everything. I got to get all those Game Pass games. There's like, you get like, there's the pack of 4, and then you get like a pack of 8. You got to just make sure you're always playing Game Pass games. Good things. There's lots of Game Pass games going on, man. It's good times.
A ton of Game Pass stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lots of it.
This is the way.
I like it. So yeah, you did it. You got me in there, and so we're already coming up on 1,000 points since spending all of my points. We're gonna get back up there. I'm gonna do gift cards. You do Game Pass. I think I'm gonna do gift cards. We'll see.
I miss back in the day when it was literally Amazon gift cards. Like that's what I used.
Oh
back
yeah,
in the day
I
when
that.
I had the alleged auto redeemer thing allegedly, where I would just
allegedly?
Generate. Allegedly. Oh no, that was super against terms of service. Like super.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, super against terms of service. I allegedly had an app on my phone that would literally go into desktop mode, do all these searches, click to mobile, do all these searches, and automatically redeem everything for me every single day. Allegedly. And then I use those to get Amazon gift cards. Fun fact, my Gears of War 4 limited edition, I bought that with Amazon gift cards from that thing. So
can you allege yourself? Like, can you?
Yeah, allegedly I did any of that things, right? Allegedly.
Okay. I think we get it. All right, man. Love the geek outs. We're here. Everybody wants to know about this dang developer direct, but we're going to pin it. There's lots of cool stuff to be talking about, but we got a lady knocking at the door. She's there somewhere. Come on in, housekeeping lady. Thank you. You got to make up your mind, housekeeping lady. You make us uncomfortable in this room when you're like, I'm coming in. Just kidding. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming is where you want to go to get a bunch of cool stuff. It's all free with a paid membership, which is pretty great. So thank you to Habs for checking out our 7-day free trial. That's an actual free trial. Everybody else over there is getting free content for that paid subscription. So thank you so much to Habs fan. There's over 100 people at a membership level at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. You make it happen. We've got cool stuff coming this year. And man, goodness, we just got to follow Xbox's lead, I think. If you are at the exclusive tier and above, that's $5 and up. That's the sweet spot. That's where we've got most of you guys. And it's really, really good. You throw that $5 and you get pants. You get Garrett Bland's pants in the form of an audio podcast. He talks about all of your questions. He launches right into PC gaming and PC building, and I enjoyed that very much. And none other than the other doctor that we have at Carpool Gaming, Mitch Power, is coming up next on the Pants Podcast.
Full on doctor. Don't know if you guys knew this. I got my doctorate in between the weeks of shows. So
definitely a doctor.
No one thanked me, but it's okay.
He plays one on TV.
Nothing. I do.
Also, you're going to get an episode of The Campfire. That's our conversational podcast. I think it's Seth and Nagachaka this week. And I cannot wait, you guys. We keep rolling the train here. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming. You can gift merch. Go to carpoolgaming.com. Buy yourself some merch. You can gift other people merch when we're live here at twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live. And you can hand it over to somebody else. And you're kind of a hero. And when you do that, we clap and we say your names. So that is great. And of course, go follow this. The links are in the show notes. Go follow our fantasy critic leagues. And I think, did we make it? We might have made it to the first page. We're right around there. We just need like 1 or 2 more of you guys to go click that link. Follow the leagues, the fantasy critic leagues. This is where 30 of us have selected a bunch of games that we think are going to review real high and real good. And I have chosen one of my games needs a couple more reviews, Bowsah. That Lonely Mountains, Snow Riders.
It's going to be good once it hits.
But Metacritic is sitting very nice, but we need this thing up over the line.
Critics. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys can't tell out there, we got a ton of cool stuff happening. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Ton of cool stuff. Maybe even more cool stuff happening in the Discord. Just 1,000 conversations all happening at once. Everybody getting to know each other. And it's amazing. And I think that's the end of the housekeeping.
Housekeeping!
Get out here, like just a little housekeeping, just a little tidy.
Baby housekeeping.
Yeah, I mean, we kept it pretty clean over the last week.
Yeah.
Other than keeping it clean, Bowsah, what have you been up to this week? What are you playing other than that free cell solitaire spider Klondike game that you've been playing over there for the reward points? You know what I'm saying?
Some of that Microsoft Solitaire collection on a regular basis.
I didn't know they needed a collection.
It's a collection. There's a whole bunch of games in there.
It's got achievements in there too.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, boost that gamer score somehow, right?
Hell yeah. Yeah, nobody can catch you.
That one counts for a Game Pass game as well.
It sure does.
You double up there, you know?
Mm-hmm. I got it doubled up.
I moved on to another exciting game
I can't
on
wait.
PC.
Oh, really? What is it?
Microsoft Jigsaw.
Come on.
Yeah,
What
buddy.
is this? What is
I am
this?
building puzzles on my laptop.
Oh, that's right. You did show that to me. It's a puzzle game. That's hilarious.
You literally went from building puzzles IRL to building puzzles in the game now?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm downloading this.
It's going to go back to real life because I also ordered a puzzle board thanks to one of Mitch's friends, Makita. She's the one that started this puzzle train. So I built one in real life, and then I had to get my fix on the laptop. Mm-hmm. Get my rewards points for a PC game. Next up, back to real life puzzles. So
does this count as a Game Pass game as well for our rewards? No. Oh, it's not a game. It's just a free game.
Ads. Ugh.
Oh, okay. Well, I just downloaded it while we're on the show.
You done goofed.
Well,
it's still
whatever.
fun to put together a puzzle.
Yep. My Xbox app library shows Microsoft Jigsaw, Lonely Mountains Snow Riders, Microsoft Solitaire Collection, and then Forts and some other real games. But the top three are kind of an interesting little mix here, so thanks to you.
It's a good spot to be in.
I can't believe people listen to this show.
Microsoft Jigsaw needs some improvements, though.
Do a legit, for real review.
Yeah. For real review, right? So you got your board area where you can work, right? And that's where all the pieces are when you start a puzzle. But there's little drawers you can pull out and tuck pieces away, right? So what do I do at first? I keep all the edge pieces out and I stick all the middle pieces in the drawers.
Right.
Build the border and then decide, okay, I'm going to pick a color, do that color, find all the pieces in the drawers, bring it back out. There is a function on the drawer to say empty the drawer, and it puts all the pieces on the table. Mm-hmm. It just dumps them everywhere. They're all over top of the puzzle I have half built. Ugh. Blending in. I don't know what's connected, what's not. That needs to be fixed.
No class.
Yeah, to put it around the outside of the board. Once you have the border of the puzzle defined, why are we putting things in the middle that we don't know where they go yet?
No
Get
decorum,
that out of here.
Nothing.
Goodness gracious.
Just a bunch of heathens.
The developers never built a puzzle in real life?
Maybe they did.
I don't know what's happening. Jeez.
How awful would that be if they were like, we don't know what to do in this game. We've never built puzzles.
Damn it. I'll tell you. Goodness.
Hang on a second. Now that I've downloaded this, it's recommending me, it says, people also like Microsoft Ultimate Word games. Is this is this Word or is this maybe it's Scrabble? I thought it was Microsoft Word
games, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at all these. Microsoft Sudoku, Microsoft Treasure Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's
no.
None are on Game Pass. Not all of them have ads.
Doesn't matter.
They're all free plus.
You got to play 15 minutes of a PC game every day. At least 5 days a
there's
week
got
to
be
get your
better
big
options
bonus.
than this, guys. Guys, this is the week that Xbox unleashed probably one of their best developer directs, and we dive into Jigsaw and Solitaire, and I'm here
Y'all
for it.
did.
Yeah. I love
Y'all
it.
Did.
Mitch, I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing it out.
I'm just saying.
Mitch is downloading both on his Legion Go right now. Don't let him.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It's over there, nice and plugged in and nice and charged up. Not ready to play that.
Okay, Bowsah, you playing other games?
I did play some other games. Next up, one that was mentioned briefly earlier. I've been playing that Lonely Mountains Snow Riders.
Yes, let's talk.
It's very much like Lonely Mountains Downhill, except instead of riding a bicycle, now you're on skis.
Yep.
I don't know. There's something very zen about this. Even when I crash into a tree, I don't even care.
Me too. Yep.
This is ski free, but better in every imaginable way.
Yep.
Except that there's no Yeti chasing me yet. Maybe there will be
It's kind
later.
of amazing looking too.
Yeah. The snow really looks good.
I don't know why it's not letting me go full screen on this, y'all. So we're just doing it like this, I guess.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But I have been playing some of the multiplayer. So you can create
I tried.
lobbies, which I didn't do yet, but I've just been queuing up for a quick match, and it's fun. It's showing you, like, you know, how many checkpoints everyone's reached and who's in first and whatever. I got third place once. I was pretty happy.
I want to race you. The overall, like, I feel like the leaderboards in particular, like, they've got great leaderboard system, but I can't see my friends. I can't sort by friends. I'm not sure if I'm missing something.
I saw a post, I think, that the leaderboards were messed up.
Yeah.
That, like, the multiplayer servers were holding together, even though it exceeded their expectations for number of players, but that the leaderboards were having a hard time, so maybe it'll come. Yeah,
I'm loving it, man. I don't know about you. I'm kind of just going through, like, the single player stuff. You can go, so far I can see, I think, like 4 different mountains and a bunch of different trails down each one. And then for each one of those, there's like a blue run, which in skiing is sort of like medium difficulty. And then there's like a black diamond kind of run as well. And I mean, like, there's so much to the point about it being like Zen. It's just like there's so much freedom. And there's something about sitting on top of a ski hill with fresh powder. Like, there's nothing there. And you just kind of get to carve out your path, which I think is beautiful. And then there's also like a gameplay mechanic to it as well, where the camera angle doesn't really allow you to see a whole lot in front of you. So, and that's part of the challenge, it's part of the charm. It kind of makes you have to react quickly to a rock that may be right in front of you, or a cliff or something you got to react to. And so you'll end up, you know, getting so far, you might crash, and then you reset to the last checkpoint. And you use like the last carving of the snow to kind of go, okay, that's either the path exactly as I want to follow it, or that's the path that led me off a cliff. So it's nice to start out nice and fresh. And I'm really enjoying, just like I did with the first Lonely Mountains game, finding the path that seems to be most clear. Like, this is the easy way, the nice wide angles and stuff. It's nothing too challenging, but there's always like a little hint off to the side. You could go over here. There's a little shortcut over here. There's a little jump over here if you want to chance it and stuff. And it's that risk reward thing that I really, really like. Mitch, I feel like you would like it's not a skateboarding game, but it's got that kind of Tony Hawk kind of feel. With a bit of a race element, too. You want to get to the bottom of the hill as fast as you can with as few crashes as you can.
Does it have speedrun elements? Is that kind of what you're thinking? Like, with getting to the course?
Yeah.
Like, so like trials?
I was going to bring up trials. It does have a little bit of the trials vibe, right? Quick reset when you crash.
Big time.
You're back to the last checkpoint. So there's, like, different challenges you're supposed to do for each of the runs. Like, one of them is, you know, a longish time, you know, make it in that time with only 8 crashes or whatever. And then there'll be something else, and then another one, which is a much faster time with probably even less crashes. And you got to unlock some of those to get your points and unlock new trails. And I think you have to do all 3 challenges to unlock the Black Diamond run.
Yeah.
So it's installing
there's definitely,
right now.
Yeah, there's definitely a speed element to it.
Mm-hmm. And it controls pretty well. Like, if you want to go fast, you can go fast. If you want to do like backflips and front flips and do some tricks and stuff, you can kind of unlock
tricks.
Yeah, you unlock, and it's very simple. Like, this is not Tony Hawk. Like, hold X and go to the right and spin around and stuff. Like, it's pretty basic, but you're primarily trying to get down to the bottom. I'm looking at this trailer right now, and I want to do this multiplayer so bad. I want to go down this hill with other people and see. Like, do you crash into people as well? Can you bump into them a little bit?
You can bump into people.
Oh, I love it, man.
It's been so long since
throw some. What about some chains, like a road rash?
Like road rash, yeah.
This is a great Game Pass get, by the way, and I'm glad that you're playing it, Bowsah. It's kind of sidelined a bit of my plan for the year. Like, I've got Dead Cells and Animal Well, which I'll talk about as well. But this one, I love the first one so much. It makes me want to go back to the downhill, but my affinity is with skiing, as any great Canadian would be. Like, I love skiing, and there is what finally clicked for me in like IRL skiing is being at the top of a mountain and going like, I could go wherever I want. You know, like you can make your own path down the hill, and it's represented here in this game. And it looks beautiful. I played it on, crossplay between my PC and my Xbox and my ROG Ally too. Like that's been pretty nice. And I just wanted to like hang on to it a little bit and celebrate it because it's a cool game. I think small games don't often get a lot of attention. So
that would be a nice game for a portable PC, wouldn't it? Doesn't look like it would run terrible at all. It
should be run great.
Fantastic. Keep talking.
I forget what I was going to say now. Like it was here and now it's... Oh, it feels like skiing. Like I think the controls, like there is some time when you try to turn before you actually get to turn, right? Like it's not instant. You can't stop on a dime, right? I haven't skied a lot, but I went once.
Yeah, I would say like it draws a balance of like, in skiing you can't just stop on a dime, but it is pretty forgiving as well. Yeah. Like if you find yourself in trouble, like you can slam on the brakes and kind of mostly get yourself out of it. But you kind of do, like you're moving slow until you really start to hit a hill. And it's the same feeling I get playing like Forza, actually. When I start to pull a couple turns together, it's like, oh my gosh, this feels great. I can't believe I pulled that off. And then you're off to the next checkpoint. It feels great. It's very simple, but very gratifying, this game. And also the maps, I think, have a lot of variety. Yeah. You go from one mountain to another mountain and another trail. Like how much different can you make a ski hill? And they prove here there's a lot of different ways to do this. A lot of different jumps, or kind of like you go into caves and just unbelievable cliffs that sometimes you think is the edge of the mountain, and sometimes you think like that's actually the shortest way down, and it's super, super fun. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, and I don't know how much it shows here in the trailer, but sometimes you're going away from the camera, sometimes you're coming towards it. There are 2 different control schemes, so you can have like screen direction controls.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
So you hold right, you go to the right of the screen always. Or you can have left-right control, so it's from the perspective of the skier.
That's the one that seems to click for me. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Which is funny, because when I went back, that's the one thing I had to watch for when I went from console to PC. It like didn't bring that over. So once I had my preferences set on console, I launched it up on PC and it kind of reset my control preference. So I felt like I didn't know how to play the game all over again.
I realized and crash into a rock.
100%. Yeah. This is one I feel like if I was feeling better, I'd be like one of those Sean moments where I just talk to you guys for 5 minutes without breathing. Like I just think this is a really exciting game. I didn't even know it was coming. And all of a sudden it's here, and I'm personally very attached to it because I've selected it for Fantasy Critic. I think you did as well. I want to see those big reviews coming out for this thing so we can get some points and crush the competition. But yeah, Lonely Mountains, Mitch, you gotta play this, man. I think you'd really like it.
Yep. It's literally installed on my Legion.
Oh, there he is.
I literally just installed it right now.
Along with Microsoft Jigsaw and Solitaire Collection.
Didn't install that. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, you could do this and get your points also. This counts just as much as Solitaire.
Is probably...
probably a better idea.
Choice. Yeah, but
it's a little bit.
Look at this little section. Like, it gets in nice and tight. Like, you're just got these really, really quick turns and kind of under some caves and stuff. Sometimes you find yourself going over some frozen rivers and creeks, kind of just sliding across the ice. It's really, I don't know, man. This deserves a lot of attention. Yep. Shout out. I like it.
It's fantastic.
Yep. People should play it before April, because, well, really February.
You're not going to have any time.
I mean, yeah, we'll get to the direct eventually here, and we've got a lot of attention for April. Yeah, the exact. Well, wait, what's next week? What am I forgetting? Oh, Eternal Strands is next week.
Citizen Sleeper 2.
Oh my god! Yeah, yes.
And then not on Game Pass, but Tales of Iron 2 as well. Like, here we go, God. You better buckle up, Buttercup, because
we're here.
The games are coming.
Yeah,
it's not winter's coming. The video games are coming.
I know that reference. I've definitely seen all the Game of Thrones television programs.
I hope not.
I haven't. Haven't seen any of it, Mitch.
I haven't seen any of it.
What? I thought you did. I know it was Lord of the Rings you never saw.
Both.
Oh, okay.
I'm just a loser. Continue.
I really should not be calling you a dork at all.
You got to fix Lord of the Rings. I'll let you slide if you don't watch Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's not all I've been playing.
Oh, hit me.
I finished a game this week.
Let's go.
Are you ready for this? Indiana Jones. And
Oh,
the
you
Great
finished
Circle.
it. Okay, it's completed. The Great
I
Circle.
completed it. Yes, the circle is now complete.
Good one. Yep,
Yeah, we've come full circle on the game.
I like it.
Shall I
Mitch, did you
continue?
finish this, or you
No.
abandon it altogether?
No, I didn't abandon it. I don't know. I started playing other stuff, and I
Temporarily abandoned.
temporarily abandoned. It actually will be coming back in full force, and I'll get to that why with the games I'm playing. I'll tell
Okay.
you why I'm going to be getting back to that soon. But yeah,
All right.
What'd you
So
think,
for
Bowsah?
me, I think this hit at a weird time when I was in a bit of a gaming funk, so I wasn't really digging it. I think it is a fantastic Indiana Jones movie.
Oh,
Like that.
that's a
Yeah.
good start. I'm just saying.
That's a good start. Like, so if you're into Indiana Jones movies, then here you go. The combat wasn't really clicking for me. But then I also didn't do like a lot of exploring inside stuff, so I didn't get like all of the unlocks. You can upgrade different aspects of yourself as you find books. Maybe a little my fault, but overall, I think it's a good story. Like, the story arc was compelling.
yeah.
I enjoyed playing the game. I'm glad I finished it. I don't think I'm going to load back up and go do all the side quests,
Aw.
but that's just a me thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's not a knock to the game whatsoever. I think the game, if you're in Indiana Jones, then this is a good game.
That's
kinda
the
like
that's
twist.
Hogwarts Legacy. Like, if you're into the Harry Potter stuff, you play Hogwarts Legacy because it's a good game,
Right.
right? I think this is a similar comparison.
That
I
plot
wanted to
twist
shoot
is
more
very Indiana Jones, by the way. That
Yeah.
twist, you're like, yep, this is very,
Yep.
very, very Indiana.
Oh, so
Jones.
everything
This
just
is-
kind of goes nuts.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
some super crazy stuff that happens. Like, I'm actually at the moment where the crazy stuff happened, and I was like, holy crap, what is going on right now? So yeah,
I blew
it was
past
awesome.
Mitch and finished the game.
Yeah, nice.
Finish,
I'm glad you. I'm glad you did.
Whatever.
Are you doing one of those? Some of us are doing like a "these are the games I've completed" thread on Blue Sky or anywhere. Do you ever
No,
like?
I
I,
just
don't know if they
have
have
my
enough
list
bandwidth
on-
to keep up with you.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I don't think there's servers that could keep up with the amount of posts you would be doing. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, I
She's
was doing it on
completed more
TikTok,
games than
that's why
I've
it
thought
got taken
about
down.
so far.
Oh damn! Take it down, gee whiz.
I broke it. Sorry, y'all.
This is one, you guys know me. I get so captivated by so many different games. It's like I just want to play it. It looks really great. We'll talk about Ninja Gaiden a little bit later. Like, but I need to like close the door on some of these games, and I don't feel bad about missing Indiana Jones. It's nothing against the game. Everybody who plays it seems to have like, I'm just not an Indiana Jones guy, and I'm like, I feel fine with just kind of missing it. Like, it didn't have to be for me.
If you're not an Indiana Jones guy, you're really not gonna like. I'm not gonna say it's not a good game overall, but like liking Indiana Jones definitely makes the game way more awesome.
Sure.
So like,
yeah.
if you don't like Indiana Jones or if you're not that big of a fan, nobody like. It's like, if that was any other IP, would I like it as much as I do? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't really like line up with that argument that is thrown into a lot of games, because I remember that happening with like Zelda, and it's like, if this wasn't a Zelda game, people wouldn't care. It's like, well, then it's not the same game. You know, like, I don't think that makes any sense to go like, if it
But I
wasn't.
mean, what I mean by that is like the actual, like the characters themselves, right? So those characters, that's what's driven in my head of like, I know this character. I know all the things they've already gone through and all these things. And like that kind of action, you know, it's just, it adds to the fact that like, oh, cool. Like if I had that same action though, in a completely different game that didn't have indie in it, would I care as much? Would I like, it's still good, right? And the story itself, let's just say this is an Uncharted game, right? Let's just take Indiana Jones out of it. It would still be awesome. It would still be, it's a good story so far. The characters in there are good.
Yeah.
It's just heightened by the fact that it happens to be an Indiana Jones IP. That's my thing.
I get it. I just don't think that makes any sense at all. Like, I just don't think it makes sense to like look at a game like that. Yeah, Seth in the chat says people are saying that about Star Wars Outlaws, but it is a Star Wars game. Yeah, like, what are you stripping out the character and the setting and the inner? Like, I don't understand how you can look at a game without what's embedded in it, like for what it is. I don't really get it. But
I mean,
anyways.
like I said, I think if it, I think this could easily be an Uncharted game though. It could, just the craziness and the wackiness of it. It probably could be an Uncharted game. But also Uncharted and Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider are all in that same kind of idea. You know what I mean? So it's a good game though. But also,
But could it be a Nicolas Cage National Treasure game, Mitch Powers?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Maybe if they did that, I'd sign up for that.
Homie, if National Treasure 3 came out today or tomorrow or got announced at all, I'd be so stoked. Those movies are great.
That would be pretty great. Come on, Phil Spencer. Let's do it. Hey, by the way, shout out to Phil Spencer. Dude, I think is looking pretty good. Like, you know, like now that they bought Activision Blizzard, I think he's able to sleep and maybe do he's taking care of himself. He's not working 26 hours a day.
His hair's combed. You're like, hi.
I know, dude showers after like the last 3 years. Like, I just want him to take care of himself. You know, nobody should, no matter what role you got, you shouldn't be killing yourself over your job, man. So good seeing you. It looks like you're looking a little healthier there, though. Phil Spencer, I noticed. I noticed the effort, man. Okay, anything else, Bowsah, you playing other than Indiana Jones, which I'm not going to play?
I think that's it for this week.
What if it was a Jason Bourne game? Give us another one of those. We had one of those in the 360 days.
That'd be pretty awesome too.
I'm just making fun of this whole notion. If it wasn't an indie game, just like throw any IP at it. Throw a Fern Gully game at that. And I only say that because that's one of my teased next videos on YouTube here. It's right here in the corner, Fern Gully. Let's just throw it out of the game. All right, Mitch, what are you playing right now, man?
Let's see. I was playing Apex, like I had mentioned before. They did that update for Mirage, and it like kind of reinvigorated my want to get back into ranked and actually get higher up in there. Yeah. Because I realized that I was slapping the hell out of people with Mirage again, and it felt real good. So I kind of went on a tear of basically grinding ranked again, and I didn't think I would actually get back to Diamond, but I did. Oh, so. That's cool. I've only been to Diamond legitimately. I say this. There was one season of Apex where basically if you just turned on the game, you got to like the second highest level that you could in ranked just because it was super broken. Like they messed up one season real bad. So if anybody who's like, I've been masters before, the next question you ask was, that's season 17. And if they say yes, they're not masters. They're just a liar. But no, I actually got to Diamond and it felt really good. The only problem that sucks is, now that I've gotten there, kind of don't want to really play it anymore. Like I got to it. Well, here's the thing. Until 2 weeks from now when the new season comes out, right? But I'm talking like between now, it's like I don't want to keep playing ranked because Diamond lobbies are aggressive. They're crazy. They're really hard. So I don't want to do that. And pubs is because I'm such a higher level, just overall account level, I'm getting paired up with also demons. So it's just like it kind of sucks because it's like, I'm happy I got there, but I'm kind of good. Like, I don't really want to play. But now this gives me more time to play other stuff. So that's why I was saying about indie. Now I can actually, okay, cool. I can get back to indie now instead of playing Apex.
So after 1,700 hours into Apex, you've reached an ending.
5,000 hours.
Until the next season.
5,000.
I have 4,900 hours in Apex.
That's real?
That's a real number.
Every time you tell me how many hours, I'm blown away. That's crazy.
49, almost 5,000 hours in Apex. And but here's the thing. Literally, I'm all about like, hey, like it's cool that I'm here, but now that I'm here, I kind of don't want to play it. But give me 2 weeks. I'm fine. 2 weeks, literally. New season comes out in 2 weeks. My ranked resets, and I'm back in there. So I'm good with that.
They always bring me back in.
Exactly. Or a new event will come out, or something will come out, whatever. The other thing I was playing too is Fortnite. I was grinding some Fortnite with Bowsah, trying to get Baymax, and Fortnite did its fun little thing where I got to the level where I could unlock them, and I go to unlock them, and Fortnite's like, you're not there yet. And I go, Fortnite, you're a damn liar. I can buy them.
What do you mean?
You told me. It literally told me you have not hit the qualifications to purchase this battle pass thing yet. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I have. What are you talking about? And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the problem is. But yeah, like basically I tried to buy it. Now I'm going to try again over the weekend. I don't know if there's some weird glitch or something that happened, but like it's straight up. I got to the level requirement and needed for Baymax. I had the battle pass things to unlock them. I go to purchase them and it said, nah. You can't do it.
Nah.
Exactly. So I'm going to check back on that. There are some more levels though. I got enough levels for OG Baymax, but not the samurai version they got. So yeah. That's what I'll say is that's where I'm at now. But the one game I was going to play that I was talking about to you guys earlier That was my super Xbox moment.
Oh,
I played Gears 4.
hell yes!
But
I
here's the thing,
love it.
But here's the reason why it's the Xbox moment. Okay.
Okay.
So, Queen, just Peachy in YouTube over here, Queen Meteor on
Yep,
Twitch.
shout out.
Everybody knows her. I've been talking to her for a while, saying, "Hey, we want to play games," and she said she wanted to play Gears. So I'm like, "Cool. What Gears do you have?" And I thought we were going to start from the beginning, right? Gears 1. Let's go. And she's like, "I have Gears 4 installed." And I'm like, "Okay. You don't have any other ones installed?" She's like, "No, I got Gears 4. I'm like, "Cool. I don't." And I basically was like, "Crap." I check it. It's 120 gigs.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't think
I know
I'm
it's
gonna be able
coming.
to play this anymore.
I know it's coming.
But then when I went to go hit install, right next to it, it said play with cloud gaming right
Hell
now.
yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I literally was like, oh yeah, awesome Xbox, here we go. Click cloud gaming, launched it,
That's
invited,
wild.
perfect,
Yep.
instant. As I'm playing it, little message pops up at the bottom. Hey, did you know you can install this? Do you want to install this right now while you're playing it? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. And I literally played through the entire first act on cloud with my Series X and my controller instantly. I didn't have to worry about I checked to install the game, it would have taken over 2 hours to install the game. And it's just like, I didn't have that time. Like if I had waited for that game to install, I would have had no time to play. I had like a limited 2-hour window for me to play. And the fact that that option is there is amazing.
Yeah, man.
I instantly launched. I played right away. Here's the other thing I'll say too. Timing, because like active reload and things like that, you have to have good felt so good.
That's the game to test it out, man. Especially that active reload.
Yeah, it literally felt like I was playing the game natively. The one thing I will say that is definitely the difference, visually. It was obviously not there. I did install the game, downloaded it, and I relaunched it just to kind of see where the difference was. And I was like, oh yeah, there's a big difference. But
you know what, dude? That's like watching Netflix and then putting in a Blu-ray disc.
Yeah.
Like most people will be like, this is pretty good. Like you're watching Netflix and everything is like pretty decent. It's like you haven't watched an actual physical movie
in a 4K,
in probably 15
in a 4K
years.
Bluray.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But that's
also
wild, man.
sound.
Like remember at Extra Life, we're all waiting around for like 3 hours waiting to update Fortnite. Like it's not even just downloading a game, by the way. When you do it on cloud, like it's just whatever all the updates are, it's already updated. Yeah.
And I know sometimes, like, and I don't know what the difference is. Sometimes you have to wait to get into a cloud gaming session. I've seen sometimes. I didn't. And again, is it because the game I played, or because I played it from this? I don't know. I don't know what it was.
It's just demand for cloud in general.
It worked instantly, and I was like, oh my God, I can play right now. And the only thing that got weird, it disconnected on me at the very beginning one time before I even started. I think I was just hitting the guide button and doing some stuff, and it did disconnect on me once.
I was just hitting buttons, don't know what happened.
I was hitting buttons, but like I said, the fact that I was able to play it right away, I got through the entire first act. We had an awesome time. It was a great time. And then now I actually have it installed to where when we keep playing, I don't have to worry about it. But if you're in a pinch and your buddy's like, yo, hop on this game, let's go. And it's a 100 gig game and you don't have 2 hours to wait. It was literally, and again, all my stuff synced up. My cloud, my game saves were there. My level was there. Everything is there. And I'm like, oh man, this is almost like the future. That's cool.
It does feel like the future. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, like I said, didn't have any weirdness during the game. Everything ran smooth. After I got past that initial weirdness where it stopped working, didn't have any hiccups or problems. So shout out to Xbox and shout out to cloud gaming, because that saved me in a pinch from playing with my friends. So
I love it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I
Queen,
can't
for
see
playing
in the
with me, by the
chat.
way.
Nails it here. Cloud has its perks, but it also has its quirks.
Oh, nice. I like that.
That's pretty good.
Yep. I like that.
Very memorable.
Yeah.
And rhymey. I like it. Sweet. Well, I hope you guys enjoy Gears 4, because that game rules and people forget about how good that game is.
Yep.
And so does Gears 5, and so does Gears 1, 2, and 3, and also Judgment. And also Tactics, pretty good as well.
That's like the only Tactics game I think I've played. I actually played and downloaded and beat Gears Tactics. So,
guys, there's a rumor that E-Day is this year.
It is this year. Oh my God, it is gonna be this year. I bet money on it. It is going to be this year.
Well, speaking of
Halo's
predictions,
gonna be next year with the new Xbox. Because again, that was my prediction.
we sure found out that I wasn't right about one of my. I've already got a 0 on one of my predictions. Thought Kojima was coming, but he didn't. But we're gonna pin that. We're not talking about the developer direct just yet, because I'm conflicted on a game that I've been playing called Animal Well. I've been enjoying it until today. I was raging a little bit, Bowsah. I was raging a little bit. I've got what it seems like the entire map all figured out. I've found a fast. I got a little flute kind of thing. I've got a yo-yo. I've got a slinky. I've got all these sort of like weird power-ups. And I found all 4 flames now. Just before I started the show, I found the 4th flame, and I couldn't get to this room. You know Animal Well, it's kind of like a Metroidvania, kind of the 2D platforming, blah, 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 kind of mazy. And I'm realizing, I'm like, I really like the platforming. I like all the animals and the settings. And I'm like, wait, do I hate mazes? I think I hate mazes. Mazes suck. I just want to go to the place I need to be. And it's like, like you can't go up here. And it's going to make you go up and down and around and all. Like, so I'm getting a little frustrated. And I might be just not feeling great today. Maybe it's not the best time for me to be playing a game like this, but I'm on a mission, Bowsah. I'm already finding the folly in my ways of wanting to tally up a nice number of games that I'm rolling credits on, because it's probably the only reason I'm still playing Animal Well at this point, because I gotta see credits, okay? My biggest issue is I could literally see it on the screen. This is the flame. This is where it is. It's in this little ball. This little glass ball is like a little flame. For whatever reason, we're collecting flames in Animal Well. Lincoln, my son, was asking me about this. He's like, what is this little guy trying to do? I'm like, he's trying to collect flames. And he's like, what is he going to do with those flames? I'm like, we're going to find that out, I guess, because I'm not even really sure what's going on here. Anyway, you can see the flame on the screen, but there's a big brick wall in between you and the flame. And it's like, okay, well, you're going to have to find another way around. And I guess it's by finding this like mini disc thing that sits somewhere else. I didn't know what the hell to do. So I had to go to a guide. I don't like going to a guide for these kinds of things to just complete it. I don't like guides are there for like optional stuff. This was the way, like to find out the way, not a way, not a shortcut, just like how to do it. And I did not enjoy this whatsoever. Not even whatsoever. Just a hard WH. Not super fun. Anyway, got the dang flame, and now we're going into some underground. I think this is the final part of Animal Well. I think I'm almost there. Also optional in the games are you find these special little eggs, and they allow you to unlock some other cool stuff, which is interesting and neat, I guess. I've got a small portion of these findable eggs, and I think that's going to be it. I think I've got like 23, and I think there's like 70 or something like that. Like that's going to be it. I'm going to find whatever this final boss is, and that'll be it. Because running away from this ghost dog thing, not the greatest time. I will say there was another little animal boss that had like these little hedgehog things kind of crawling around the ground, and some ghosty things chasing me around. And then there's like a chameleon, like this giant lizard with his like eyes just, darting around and everything. And he's got this big giant tongue. I know how much you like that, Mitch. And you just got to dodge this tongue that's kind of reaching after you. He can just like slurp you up, and it's just like one shot and you're dead. But you got to trick him, Mitch. You got these little hedgehogs, these little things crawling around, these little, I don't know if they're hedgehogs or bugs or something. And you trick the chameleon to eat those instead. And he eats those, and then he gets sick and he runs away, and then you find your path. That was kind of a fun boss, but hard. And so Animal Well, I'm almost done this thing, but it's more of a, because I said I would beat it,
If you didn't say you would beat it, would you have just already been like, yeah, I'm done?
I thought about it. I don't know. Like the other thing too is like, the up until now, I've been playing it very exploratory, and I've been very positive about Animal Well when like, I'm just going to wander around and just kind of see what happens. That's probably the best way to play. Because as soon as I started going like, I want to like finish it, I haven't been enjoying that. Seth in the chat says you're going to hate the final boss fight. I think it's not looking good for you, boy. I'm not going to lie.
If it was an Indiana Jones game, would you like it more?
Yeah. So if this was like a Metroid game, then
of course.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make.
What if this was Celeste? Would you be happier about it?
I don't even understand the question. and I don't even get it. That doesn't make any sense at all. But it is interesting because it's like Celeste was hard. It's not that I'm not enjoying it because it's hard. I'm I don't know exactly what it is, and it might just be me today. I'm just not not a great day overall. But yeah, I'm glad I'm experiencing. Like, this is one that everybody was going so ham about. So I'm glad that I'm almost there. I just don't like. I'm sometimes, I don't know how often you guys ever consult guides. It's pretty rare for me. And this is more of like a puzzle game more than anything. Like, the maze itself is more just something you kind of have to like figure out. And so whenever I kind of am hit with puzzles that I can't really figure out, I will end up looking it up after quite a long time. And if I decide after discovering the solution, I go like, I never would have thought of that in a million years. I both get not mad at myself for going to look at the guide, but then I get mad at the game for having something like this being a required path. And like, I don't know how I ever would have done that, honestly, Mitch.
Two different things. One, I just got triggered by what you said because that's how I thought of Silent Hill on PS1. Silent Hill on PS1.
Oh,
had
yeah.
One puzzle, like right before the final boss. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care what screenshots, what video clips. I don't care what you tell me. The game does not tell you how to complete that goddamn puzzle. It's stupid. You had to go buy the guide.
Yeah.
There was no way to do it other than going to get the guide.
Dude, that used to be games,
awful.
man. PS1 was kind of like the tail end of that kind of stuff. But yeah, like Nintendo, like NES, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. It was bad. And then the other thing too that I was going to say, speaking of puzzles, Indiana Jones, I think actually does it very well, where you have Indy's camera. So if you get to a puzzle and you're just like full on, like arms up, I don't know what to do, you can just start taking pictures of stuff and it slowly gives you hints here and there. Like, it doesn't just tell you how to beat the puzzle, but it's like, hey, maybe you should look here. And then if you take another picture of the same thing, it gives you a further hint and a little bit of a further hint. So I actually do appreciate that, because there was one puzzle that I got to, and again, I was just like, what the hell am I supposed to do right here? And then I took a picture and it kind of gave me a hint. I'm like, and as soon as it gave me that hint, it all clicked and I just went. I didn't have to really look like
that's
a guide
beautiful.
or anything.
I love
I really
that. Like,
shout out to how they did that.
Yeah, if you can get just like a little hint and a little nudge in the right direction, this opens up actually kind of maybe an interesting conversation, maybe for another day for people to consider in the Discord as well. Just this notion of like hand holding in games that for a while there was outrageous. I think we've kind of got a nice balance. Some games are hand holding and some aren't, and I think we'll get into it with Doom. Has these difficulty sliders, which is amazing. We love to see that. Animal Well is not there to hold your hand, and so for some people they kind of enjoy that a lot. Like, I was gonna say they get off on it. I kind of dance around. I'm just gonna go ahead and say they look for that sort of thing. I had to look up that I got this flute that allows you to maybe coax some of the animals to come join you or kind of like wake them up, and it's that part is obvious because you play this music and notes kind of fly around. Some of the animals will come to you. It also will help you fast travel, and I didn't see where it told me this thing is your fast travel thing. And to do it, it's like right, left, left, down. It's like a code, and I didn't see where like that was until I looked it up. So, but I also miss something. I often miss things in video games. People know this. I stream. You guys see it happen all the time. Maybe it's there, but I missed it. So that's it. It's not gonna handhold. So if you like that kind of thing, Animal Well is there, and I'm almost done. And then up next, of course, that was what I have been playing. Dead Cells, I'm going to be playing on my Switch. I am really looking forward to Eternal Strands coming to Game Pass next week. Mike Laidlaw, fantasy RPG. I'm here for it. Cannot wait. And yeah, Lonely Mountains, I think we'll be continuing to play that one, but I think that's it. I think that's all I've been playing, Bowsah.
We played all the games.
We did it.
It's a good thing
for
we
now,
did, because there's a ton more coming.
Yeah, there are.
Holy mackerel. Well, I think we've been waiting a little while to get the latest Game Pass games.
Oh,
It seemed like they were falling behind. Like, I don't know. Are they going to do it? I brought it up if you want to load the thingy. They dropped a whole bunch. Now,
there's a good
caveats
list.
that the last 5 are just coming to Game Pass Standard, and I hate that they have them listed. You have to like read the words to know what is actually new to Game Pass in general, but I digress. So Lonely Mountain Snow Riders, we love that already. Citizen Sleeper 2, I cannot wait. Citizen Sleeper, the original one, was a backtrackers game, so I'm very excited to jump into this one when it hits Game Pass next week. Sean mentioned Eternal Strands.
I'm pumped for that one, man.
Like, I'm cautious about it. I'm not sure, just from what I've seen, but it definitely has piqued my interest.
That's where I should be, to be honest. Because when I first saw it, that's where I was. I thought, what a stupid name. To be honest with you, I'm like, this is the dumbest name. It was only because of Mike Laidlaw's attachment to it that it like has me kind of going, oh, this could be something. And the fact that it's coming to Game Pass, like it's that magical thing. Like there's enough there, day and date to Game Pass. Oh, I'm pumped about it. Finally. Like it's been a while since I've been able to get excited about Game Pass games like this. So that's maybe part of this. If it seems like this is coming out of nowhere, it's just I've been waiting for something like this for a little while.
Yeah. And this is just January.
Yeah, this is nuts. Far Cry New Dawn is, I think, very, very good. Super fun game. Very bright and colorful.
Yeah.
Runs great on Xbox, of course. I've never played these Sniper Elite games. Mitch, did you ever play these shooty shoot games?
No, I've never played any of the Sniper Elite games. I've seen video clips of them, just like slow-mo bullet time, like when you shoot somebody in the head. It's like almost like Mortal Kombat style X-rays, where it's like,
Yep.
like seeing just huge explosions through people's bodies, and also other parts of people's bodies that apparently they do X-rays on, which is wild. But yeah, no, I have not actually like sat and played one of them. I've just seen a lot of clips online about it.
I'm not patient enough for that, man. I guess you got to like wait for people to be in the right spot, and no, that's not going to happen for me.
I think it's more like the ultra realistic part of the sniper part, or like distance, wind, like those types of things. I think all play a factor in it. So I think it's like the hardcore of like, you really want to be a sniper, here's your game. And I do enjoy sniping in most games, except for Fortnite. It's really bad, but no, I haven't tried it yet. Again, it's on Game Pass, so if you haven't tried it, try it. Who cares?
Well, we'll see, man. There's a lot to get to here. I wanted to say Daryl in the chat pointed out Shady Part of Me looks interesting. Yes. I don't remember seeing this. I'm looking at a trailer right now, and it looks like a little girl like interacting with her shadow in these kind of creepy environment. What the heck, Bowsah? Have you seen this before?
I saw it when it came to the Game Pass announcements here. I played another game that was kind of like this, like jumping in and out of the shadows. I can't remember what it was called.
It was like,
it was
Clem
on Game
or something
Pass.
like that, or no? There's a couple that came like there had this similar kind of art style. We're waiting for Seth in the chat to help me out because I know that he played it as well. I had to load it up for the longest time. It's a weird name that I know. Yeah, this looks like kind of like it's giving me like Alice in Wonderland kind of vibes here. Interesting. Shady Part of Me. I'm glad we looked at this because every now and then when we do Game Pass, and a lot of times when content creators, I think, do Game Pass stuff, it's like you highlight the games that you know, and that's kind of it. But like the magic in Game Pass is some of these hidden gems, as it were.
Yeah.
This actually looks like almost like Little Nightmares-esque as well.
Yeah.
Like I think Quinn would actually probably really like this game.
Yep. Kind of figuring out the puzzles.
Right.
But you're between real life and the shadow world.
Right.
Yep.
That could be cool.
It's definitely on my short list to check out. There's a lot of good stuff this month.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Is that a cloud game as well?
Yes.
It is. Okay. Interesting. Yep.
Yeah. What the heck was that game? You're jumping in and out of the shadow. It's on Xbox right now. I'm looking for it on PC, but I'm not sure if it's over there on PC. What else we got here? Starbound, I heard, is an easy couple thousand gamer score.
Bowsah's all over it then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I fired it up the other day and played like the 15 minutes I needed to.
Yes.
To get
Thank you,
gamer
Seth.
score?
Skim. SCHIM. I don't know how to say that, but that's exactly what I was thinking of. Thank you, Seth. Yes.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got to keep searching then.
Got to.
Yeah, this is the one. I've got a PlayStation trailer for Skim. Yeah, that's the one. That looks cool. Okay, well, that's not coming to Game Pass right now. What else we got? Starbound looked cool, and then a bunch of standard games. Flock was already at Game Pass, I think, at least at one point.
It's just coming to standard. It's still in Game Pass regular.
There might be. We might need to have a dedicated episode to standard
That's
for us
so
to really.
Weird.
Well, I think I can't remember who I saw an article about this floating around. Like there's an argument to be made. The Game Pass standard is pretty good, actually.
It's getting better every time they do this, right?
Like we make fun of it because I hate the way they announce it, but yeah, like if you were to look at the collection over there, I think it's pretty decent, Mitch.
Are they adding games and not taking away games, or are they rotating games in and out of standard? Because isn't standard like basically Xbox Live now? Like that's just the standard Xbox Live that you get, where you get an access to a free games or whatever. But I don't know if they're rotating in and out.
Monthly games, you get stuff.
But yeah, it's like a standard, like it's a roster of games. There's a smaller one. It's kind of like
so I don't know. It doesn't call out here like which of these are on standard to know if they're leaving. Like this is just the stuff that's leaving Game Pass.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
PlayStation did a thing.
If I can get a list. Like,
PlayStation did a thing. Well, we can maybe do it next week or something like that, and look into just what's on standard. Because I want to just address that article that was going around that maybe standard is actually pretty decent. But yeah, when PlayStation 5 I think came out first, they had like if you were a PlayStation Plus member, they had just this batch of really, really good games. It wasn't hundreds of games, but it was like 30 really good games, and I thought that was really smart. So it might be interesting to kind of have a look at that. But I think I talk about this stuff all the time, that Game Pass is much more than whatever is last announced for it. But I think people should be pretty excited by this January launch that they talked about. And then this developer direct, man, was pretty loaded. And this January graphic doesn't even include the shadow drop from this week.
Right. Goodness gracious.
I got a little confused, by the way. Game Pass standard is just console Game Pass only. That's not okay. I was thinking about Xbox Game Pass Core, which again, thanks Microsoft for your messaging. I appreciate it. Core is basically Xbox Live. That has like 20 games that are available. That's
maybe that's
the one I'm thinking about.
Oh,
that.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's what I'm saying. Thanks, Microsoft.
Might be
you made me
me.
forget what
That
levels
might
of
be me
Game
too.
Pass you got.
Yep.
But yeah, so Game Pass standard is essentially Game Pass console only, not Ultimate, and like it doesn't include the day one stuff. But it still has, I just looked, 369 games
they
as
screwed it
of
up with
September.
the day one stuff.
Yeah, it's just so they exclude the day one stuff if you have console only Game Pass, and like thanks for making it more confusing, bro. Because like I was looking, I'm like, wait a minute, I thought there was only like
right
20.
back to hating it.
I know. It's just a messaging. You're fine though. No, but like it's cool that that's part of that. There's 369 games as of right now on standard, that's a lot. Still a lot.
Yeah, pretty good. Just no day one.
There's no day one stuff. Makes sense.
Yeah. Todd Oxtra is laying it. By the way, I was on Secret Friends co-op mode this week, which was a lot of fun. I got to talk about Star Wars and give you my hot takes to start things out there, and some good memories from 2024, good gaming memories, which was fun. So thanks to Todd Oxtra and Mark Carabin for having me on over there. Check that out, that podcast. But yeah. Do you guys want to jump into this? Do we have questions first, Bowsah? What do you want to do next? You want to do questions? Are the questions are asking about the direct? How do you want to handle all this?
I think both the questions deal with the direct, so let's just go ahead and get busy.
Okay, go for it.
We're going to start with Nagachaka, who says, "Don't hold back on me, Xbox Drive crew, and please be honest. Did I make a mistake selling my Xbox Series S?"
Oh my gosh.
You know my disappointment knows no bounds for this action. What'd you get? One of the portals? Gee whiz. So disappointed in you.
Yeah, what did he trade it for? Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Imagine doing that, dude. Holy cow.
You know what's crazy?
Todd Oxtra, not if you have a PC. Nagachaka does not have a gaming PC.
Nope. Oh, man, never mind then. Yeah, you done goofed, bro. I was actually going to say, no, you didn't make a mistake. If you had like a PC or, I mean, the cloud gaming stuff I just talked about is cool, but not like, it's not a dedicated console and all, but like, I thought he had a PC. You don't have a gaming PC? Yeah, you done goofed, bro. Oh man, you goofed hard.
Riley has a point here. You didn't make a mistake. Buy a Series X.
Yeah, sell the Series S for Series X.
Duh.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the right move. Yeah. Clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
but if you have
could
a PC,
sign up
no.
for Ultimate in April and play everything on the cloud.
Say you could do that too. Play it on your TV or something, because you don't have a gaming PC, something. Figure it out.
You got one of them Fire Sticks.
Get a Fire
Should
Stick.
be all right.
This this could finally be the year where Game Pass gets Game of the Year. You know what I mean? Like, it might be the best. Finally, like we're here, and the developer direct to the question, we got dates on pretty much everything. We got fall for Ninja Gaiden 4, which was bonkers, and a lot of people very excited about that. But we got dates for everything else, including a shadow drop. Like this is what I was getting to at the beginning of the show. We have been waiting for this for years. I have been podcasting about Xbox for years. Since before the 1S, we have been podcasting about Xbox. And like, soon enough, they're going to have the games, and soon enough, Game Pass is going to do this thing. And if I'm going to get a complaint out of the way right at the start, they're just all at once. But that's okay. I'm not going to complain. I am overwhelmed by what is coming here, and we're in it. It's happening. It's happening right now on Game Pass. It is bonkers. Imagine getting rid of your Xbox. What a silly goose.
If you did that.
Yeah.
What a goose.
Oh,
what a silly Canadian goose, that Nagachaka. Handsome. And mostly smart, but like maybe a mistake on this one.
I mean, every once in a while.
Kind of dumb here, but you know, mostly smart. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my.
You're not dumb. Yeah.
Let's dive
I didn't
into
say
the
that.
direct.
Hey, I didn't say that.
We'll get to Fulia's question here after we talk about everything that Xbox did.
Okay.
What'd they do, Mitch?
Dude, oh my God. Dude. Okay, so the first thing, by the way, I like the balls of them just to go, y'all want the surprise first? All right.
I know, right? Here's Team Ninja.
They were just like, y'all are looking at that square, aren't you? Aren't you? You want that one first? Yeah, all right. And they just threw it up.
Because they knew they had something great to close it out, by the way. Like, if we're just talking, like, the overall order of things, it's like, this is going to be a great show, and we're going to give you the surprise first. That was stuff.
And by the way, before I like that, the show itself, by the way, the way it was ran, phenomenal. Like,
I thought it was good.
Keep doing what you're doing. The pacing was great. I loved it. But no, dude, like them showing off what they showed with Ninja Gaiden 4 and how it's like a Batman Beyond style, different universe. I don't know. All I know is I saw more Ninja Gaiden, and I was just like, yeah. Please.
I just kept thinking about Ryan Turford, man. Just like the reaction he must have had. I wish he would have been streaming it, because there's some people out there who are like massive Ninja Gaiden. I can't say I'm one of them, but Ryan is. And there's a few people out there who just like go bonkers over this kind of stuff. And we've gone how many years without anything Ninja Gaiden? Right. And here we are. We got like, is it 3 games this year that we're getting? We're getting 4. We just got Black Shadow dropped, and then there's that other one that's coming out as well, which is nuts.
There's just so, and like the fact that they got Platinum Games included with it, which is also bananas, and it's just everything they were just saying correct. Yep, everything, and graphically, of course, like Ninja Gaiden has always pushed graphics, and like them redoing Black 2 or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black in Unreal 5 is nuts. Like that's also nuts. They're like, we just want, and by the way, this is what leads straight into my prediction on Gears, by the way. Hey, we want to practice with Unreal 5. Let's just remake 2 Black. Here you go. Have a good day. Yeah. So like literally using that new engine and being like, here's your gift. Here's your day one gift. Here's your shadow drop, holy crap moment gift. And then, oh yeah, by the way, you want more of this? You'll see it in fall, which that's the only thing at the show they didn't actually announce the actual release date for.
Yeah.
But also
it's this year.
Yeah, it's fall of this year, right? But they didn't hit you with like the actual date like the rest of the games. But like the other thing too is the fact that Xbox is like publishing it, and the fact that it's day one on Game Pass. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
There's
a lot to unpack here, man. There's a ton to unpack here. Like the Platinum thing, I think is a big deal. Like we're all wondering whatever happened after Scalebound, and here they are partnering again with Platinum. That's really cool. There's a ton of stuff happening over at Platinum just on its own that had a lot of people wondering and maybe doubting. This is a really good, like, not that they have the same team as back in the day, but this is a really important move and important step, I think, for Platinum to just like, let's just get Ninja Gaiden back in there and reestablish themselves as a developer that they are, man. This is really great. Day one on Game Pass, which has been really good, like or been in question lately. I feel like any conversations, maybe even some of our own, recently been like, is Xbox moving away from Game Pass? Are they doubting the day one strategy kind of stuff? Like for those of us who bought into this, I feel like we just got a nice confidence boost in the arm. That's why you're hearing some excitement from me today. Yeah.
100%. Like, and obviously with us getting the 3 games they talked about all, and the other games as well, all Game Pass, all day one, all like, it's just why. And again, these are other games that are coming to other consoles, but the fact that they're bringing in that value of like, here's why you still have Game Pass. Here's why we're still Xbox. And like, even though Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to come out on other consoles, even though Ninja Gaiden, 2 Black came out, the remake came out on other consoles, you have Game Pass. You just play it now. And it's all cloud stuff too. Like, it's just wild, the partnerships that they're doing, not just because, I mean, they already have enough studios as it is right now with Game Pass and their first party stuff to have a game once a month, which we are pretty much going to get between now and May, which is bananas to think about. Like high AAA games that, well, technically Expedition 33 is not AAA. It's a small indie studio.
I mean, it looks gorgeous, man.
It looks ridiculous. Like, what the hell? But yeah, like the fact that they're partnering up with these people and their first party and just giving you basically game after game after game.
Yeah.
It's just wild. But
Bowsah, did you load up Black to the remaster, Ninja Gaiden Black?
I installed it.
Yeah.
I will probably play it 20 minutes and be like, yep, not for me, and move on. But hey, I'll give it a try. It's on Game Pass. It's like for free.
I did give it a try, Mitch. I cannot express to you guys how horrible at this game I am. I am real bad at Ninja Gaiden. I've never been great at it. I feel like I need to maybe sink my teeth into it maybe a little bit. This is, just take this with a grain of salt because I didn't play it very long at all. I kept getting mixed up on which ninja I was. It kind of like plops you into like a fighting scenario and there's like 5 guys all swinging swords and doing battles and stuff. Viciously violent though. You're cutting off heads and limbs and there's blood and everywhere. It's like, of course, that's what's happening. Riley King in the chat says, what difficulty? The easiest difficulty. I still got my ass kicked, man. Just absolutely gross. But yeah, I plumped you into a scenario. I don't know what I'm doing. I should be like dodging and weaving and slicing and dicing them. I'm like, oh, I thought I was that ninja. And I got a little mixed up, got a little confused. So I got to put on my old man glasses and focus up a little bit, Mitch.
Fun fact, that's the only game I ever threw my controller on.
I can see it.
The first Ninja Gaiden on Xbox, it's the only game that I physically stood up in my apartment and I launched my Xbox controller across the room. Like, I was beyond pissed.
Yeah, I mean,
Alma. Anybody who's played Ninja Gaiden 1, Alma, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's one of this is platinum though. Like, it's the fluid action when you see somebody playing it who knows what they're doing. It's beautiful. It's poetry in motion. It's just incredible. But it's a different style of game. I'm not quite used to it. So we'll see. But I'm glad people are excited about it. They were talking about some famous, legendary Japanese developer who was going to show up. I thought it was going to be Kojima, but I'm not really mad that this is what happened because those games look gorgeous, a nice little surprise. I like it. I kind of like that maybe, is this now setting a precedent, Bowsah, that when we have a developer direct, it's going to be a shadow drop of some sort? Like, this is like, is this 2 for 2 now? Is this it?
Yep.
I don't know.
We're going to get one every time. It's good. It's good.
But like, and then next time you're not going to get one.
Exactly.
They done goofed. You can't do it 2 years in a row because now we're going to expect it. Like,
yeah, it's true.
Now it's going to be a thing. But imagine
2 out of 3 says Riley.
2 out of 3. Yeah, I don't think it's
was Hi-Fi Rush was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No.
2 was that last year?
Last year. Hi-Fi Rush is what?
Yeah, time is a weird thing, man.
Fast, buddy.
Mm-hmm. No, that might have been 2 years. Yeah, that was 2 years ago. So yeah, maybe.
Holy crap, it was. Oh my god.
Yeah. Remember they had to close the studio shortly after that. So
that's right.
There's been stuff that's been happening. So Ninja Gaiden that's awesome. And that Ninja Gaiden Black on the original Xbox, like that was one of those. If you had an Xbox, it looked great. You know, it's one of the reasons to have an Xbox. So there's a little, like if you know kind of nostalgia. Like for most people, this doesn't scream nostalgia at all. But like for some of us who were there in those original Xbox days, like, oh yeah, like Ninja Gaiden kind of is Xbox in a way back in those days.
It very much was a point of pride of like the fact of like, obviously PlayStation and Xbox back in the day when you're comparing those exclusives, it was like, yeah, PlayStation had Metal Gear, PlayStation had GTA, again, staple franchises in gaming forever. Ninja Gaiden though on Xbox was it. Oblivion and like Morrowind on Xbox.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Those
Oblivion.
were our games. Like, and Ninja Gaiden was such a point of pride because even back then that game ran so well, looked so good. And again, like I'm glad it went to other platforms eventually, but that on that original Xbox, that first Ninja Gaiden was absolutely if you owned an Xbox, it was like a must-have in my opinion.
Powerful system, very cool.
Yep, it was great.
Good way to start the developer direct with that
I have
one,
a
Mitch.
confession to make.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
I was late to starting the developer direct, so I was glad that it was Ninja Gaiden at first because I fast forwarded through it to catch up to the real time.
You're like, I'm good.
I'm like, all right, that's cool. It looks really neat, but I just don't think it's for me. I mean,
not a Bowsah game.
If it's day one Game Pass, I'm gonna fire it up.
All it costs is bandwidth.
Yep. I'm kind of hopeful that like maybe the new one, like because the remake is obviously of an older game, which harkens back to just a more difficult style of game. I'm wondering maybe there's an inviting way to allow other people to enjoy this kind of game. I don't know. This gets into a whole disgusting conversation that always happens with like Elden Ring and difficulty and accessibility and stuff. I don't really want to get into any of that. If the game is not for me, it's not for me.
That was a point of contention though in the direct. Like they did say. There, especially on 2 Black, they did say there is a new mode to kind of get people.
Oh, that's true.
Acclimated.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even. You're right. So when I said I was on the easiest mode I wasn't on that mode. I was on like whatever's called normal mode. You're right. There's like it's like a story mode of some sort. I can't remember what they called it. I did skip over that
story.
Yeah, I probably should do that actually.
But no, I again, those are like. You could say like Souls games are hard. Like that was kind of like that generation. I felt like those were hard games, bro. And like I never beat the original Ninja Gaiden. I tried. It wasn't a matter of like I didn't like it. I gave up because I was just getting brutally punished over and over by a series of bosses you have to beat in a row. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm good, bro. I like my sanity and like less holes in my walls, so I'm good.
Yep, you got to keep those walls up, man.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
They came out swinging.
Yeah, they did.
Gave you the surprise first and the shadow drop.
Yep.
Good job, Xbox.
Great job.
Next up was the game I was most looking forward to hearing about, and that is South of Midnight.
Yeah.
Guys, every time I see a clip of this game on the internet, whether it's, the studio sharing something or Xbox shares something or somebody played it earlier, whatever, it looks better every single time. I don't know how they managed to do that. Something new is happening or it just looks smoother. Like, I am so pumped for this. My excitement knows no bounds. I'm here for this like Southern Gothic type of mythology stuff going on here. I think there are some really good stories that can be told, so I'm really interested to see where they go with this.
What a glow up for Compulsion, man. Like this could have been all we saw. And it would have been impressive. It's just such a fully realized world, and I don't know. I kind of hate that we do like these platform-specific shows sometimes because I want to say something that, like kind of draws comparison to a PlayStation game that it reminded me of with like big, huge creatures that you fight. It's a female protagonist. It's like larger than life battles and stuff. And I thought that this sits alongside in that kind of category really nicely. Like I feel like Xbox fans have been wanting something like this for a really long time. I love the art style. I love the kind of choice that you'll end up having between like the stop motion animation or just getting rid of that, I guess, altogether. This game, I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I have been since day one. And I guess the best thing I can say is every time that we see it, I'm not less interested. And we got a date for it today. And it seemed to set the tone for this developer direct that we're not just like one day, maybe if we wish upon a star, games will come. It's like, it's ready. They're ready to give this to us. And I also saw, I don't know if you guys saw this too, because they were really happy that they gave the date, but also that pre-orders were launched. And I think I saw Wario64 say that this game is coming up at $39.99. This is a $40 game.
Yeah. This game looks phenomenal. Like it's the whole art style, the vibe of the game. Like I don't want to say that like Into the Spider-Verse, that kind of animation style kind of like super brought this to the mainstream, but like that animation style is great. I wonder if it's similar. Is the gameplay itself that same like stop motion style, or is it more smooth? Like that's the only thing that weirds me out is like example, I remember when I was playing Spider-Man on PS5, PS4, PS5, the Miles Morales version.
Yep.
When you got the Spider-Verse suit. He turned into stop motion, basically did that whole animation style where everything else was fluid around you, but then you were just the stop motion, the animation style looking, which was amazing in my opinion. I just saw like, I can't tell if the gameplay itself is actually like that, or if the gameplay itself is actually smooth and not the stop motion style like you see in the cutscenes. That's the only thing I want to play it to see how it plays. Does it actually run smoothly? Is it like that? That's the only real question I had about the game, but the actual visuals of the game look great. Again, like, it's on Game Pass, dude. How am I going to say no to this? This is awesome.
So my understanding was that you can switch it on or off, the stop motion, in the gameplay. And so
in the gameplay, yeah, that's the only thing. Like, I would almost want the fluidity in the gameplay. I don't mind the artistic approach in like the cutscenes. That's totally cool with me. But in the gameplay, I would kind of probably prefer the
at least
fluid.
while in combat. Like, I want that
Right.
smooth. It looks like it's pretty quick.
Right. It does, man. It looks great. It looks so good. And the fact, like I said, like, and then we're going to talk about with the other games, but like all of them just having dates and all of them feeling complete. Like, this is gameplay. This is not like, we're just going to show you a trailer. We're going to show you a little bit of gameplay. No, they're like, here's like full sections of the game that are complete, ready to go. Because these games are coming out in literal months. And
I mean, Xbox has been put to the fire on that before. For
right.
having too much CGI trailers and not enough gameplay.
Right.
They nailed it this time.
And I think that's like the best part about this conference is because each of these, breaks that they take, right, between the different games, they literally take you to the developers where you can see them talk about it with such passion, and you could see how much they just love these games and what they've been doing and what they've been putting together. And that's like my favorite part, because it's better to have, as long as it doesn't drag on like Ubisoft conferences, because those are terrible when you talk about it.
Man.
I'm sorry. I like when developers like
out of nowhere.
15, yeah. Dude, I don't need to hear 45 minutes about any of your games. I'm sorry. But like, these are quick 15-minute things. They had like quick points to get to. Here's our story. Here's our characters. Here's our combat. Like, and again, you're seeing these people just talk about it with such passion that it hypes you up even more. Right.
Yep.
And that's the part, is just, you see these people be so happy to share their game. That is literally happening in like 2 months. Like, dude, that boss looks wild.
I know,
right
this
there,
crocodile, this alligator, whatever's going on, it looks so epic and grand and like fully realized. I love it. And this is where I get on my soapbox. Every once in a while, I do this probably once or twice an episode, to be honest with you guys. A lot of talk out there about complaining and bitching and whining about like studios obsessing and chasing after the next live service game, blah, 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 blah. What did we get in this developer direct? How many games of service did we get in this developer direct? Zero. We got single player, narrative focus, AAA looking, or actual AAA. Like, we got what everybody is screaming about. It's time to support these games, man, and time to get loud about them and to play them and to celebrate them. I'm here for it, man. Everybody can be louder about their complaining. Now it's time to they're here. These are interesting games. When have we seen a game that looks like this? South of Midnight. It looks totally unique, and so I'm here for it, man. So I get kind of loud and angry about it ahead of time, because I was there for Hellblade last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think this is finally the realization that how many studios has Microsoft bought, and how sparse are games coming out in between, right?
Yep.
Literally minus this month. It's weird because it's there's 2 in April, and there's not one in March,
and then
it's
May.
And then May.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's February.
Yeah, but Avowed's probably big, so that's
true.
supposed to take you 2 months.
True, but I mean, I'm just also but now
February.
they have enough studios to where they're firing on all cylinders now. They're oh, hey, do you remember when we bought all these people? Well, guess what? This game. They bought
the studios. They don't own the people.
That's true. That's true. I just want to be clear. You're right. They don't own the people. They own the studios. You're right.
I mean, we are talking about the South here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to mute myself for the rest of the podcast. Have a great day,
Clear
guys.
about this.
No.
We are not buying people.
They bought the studios, people, studios. They do not own people. Owning people is awful.
Oh my God.
So anyways, yeah, no, but the fact that there's still studios that are out there that we have no idea what they're doing. And that's crazy.
Yeah,
to
Double
think
Fine.
about. Yeah.
Yep.
I have
What
no
are
clue
they
what Double
cooking up?
Fine's
Who
up
knows?
to.
But
dude.
I'm just super
I
happy
predicted
now that this is now the year where I feel like Xbox finally, that's a crazy VO, B-roll right there.
Yeah, I saw that.
That is wild. I would not want that silenced. I'd be please put some context to that. But no, it's just nice to see them. Literally, they gave us up until May, and then in June, Summer Games Fest happens, and they could easily just go.
Oh, I love it. This is how Nintendo does it.
Yep.
This is how it's done. This is how I've been.
More games.
Oh yes, thank you for saying that, Mitch. I have been screaming about Nintendo doing that forever. They've nailed it, and this is exactly where Xbox needs to be. I love it. They're not the ones canceling live service games left, right, and center. You know what I mean?
All of their studios to work on them.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh man. April 8th. Yes, it's time to get our planners out, you guys. We got to figure this out. We got Avowed coming. We're still playing Lonely Mountains. We got Eternal Strands coming. We got all this sorts of stuff.
We got our backlogs and our front logs. Front logs are getting heavier by the day.
Front logs are going to be turned into the backlogs. You're going to have to tuck those under, Mitch. All right, you're going to have to turn that into the backlog, man. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Man, front log's getting too heavy. Got to tuck it back a little. I hear you, bro.
All right, what else?
You just need to play the video games.
Just
ignore jobs and everything else.
Backlog. I don't ignore my job.
Well, I would have to. That's the only time I got.
All right. So South of Midnight looked great.
It did.
I'm super excited.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, they showed another little game. This Expedition 33. I don't even know what the beginning part. This title has got to go.
It's wild. Yeah, just say Expedition 33.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that needs a workshop, but the game looks neat. So this is one that I really wasn't too interested in once I found out it was turn-based combat. But I think maybe this showcase, warmed me up a bit to it.
Yep.
It looks like, the way they explained it, if you want a more active approach to your combat, you can do that, but you don't have to. So, they're trying to play both sides here. So
Yep. Oh.
It's on Game Pass, so I'll try it and see what happens.
Yep.
What are you thinking, Sean?
I mean, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, that's kind of like a classic BioWare kind of thing. You can stop things and kind of slow things down if you want to, but it also can be kind of action. So there are ways to do this. I'm pumped about this game. It looks gorgeous. It's totally, again, kind of pretty unique, actually. Sandfall Interactive, I'm trying to remember what else these guys have done. Is this their first game? Because it sounded like the story they were telling. Yeah, it's I quit my job and I wanted to dive into this game with my buddy. We're going to make this thing and just kind of go after it. It's giving me the story almost gives me a little bit of Xenoblade vibes, that there's this thing that is determining how long people will live or how long they'll survive. And they're kind of fighting against that. I think is really interesting. Again, I'm here for a good premise, man. And it's gorgeous. That was one thing I was considering as I was watching the direct was man, have we finally gotten to the point where these consoles can look this good? We've been talking, it seems like this whole generation, games don't look that great. They're not all that impressive. I was looking at these games, my eyeballs were bleeding, man. It was so impressive, the visual fidelity from these games.
That's Unreal 5.
I guess so.
Literally what it is. It's literally Unreal 5's fully getting used by these people now, and they're starting to figure it out and get some limits pushing. I don't even think they're pushing limits of what it can do, but every game that I've seen that looks visually outstanding, almost all of them are doing Unreal 5. And that's where I'm just let's just get that and everything, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of the 360 days when everything was on Unreal Engine 3. And it's that's something I've never seen before. It always looked really good and impressive. Right. Yeah. There's, I don't know exactly the style, what you would call this. The era, it almost looks like historic, but it's almost, what is it? Almost like a steampunk, but quite.
Yeah.
Can't remember the era exactly they said what it was. I'm trying to remember. They did mention some sort of era of when
this is the style of presentation, by the way, guys, where, a game like this, where it's so story heavy and there's so many kind of systems involved here that a deep dive like this is necessary, I think, to gain any sort of appreciation. Visually alone, I think it looks really cool. But yeah, Bowsah, you kind of mentioned maybe the turn-based system might turn you off if you don't really look into it. So they got to, I think, dive into a lot of the stuff that's most interesting about it, the story and how they came up with the premise and how that plays out with the gameplay. And then, how the actual turn-based stuff kind of really works out. I really liked this game in particular, the style of presentation, the way that they really got to go into it. We'll get into Doom in just a second. With Doom, I just wanted them to spend 20 minutes on Doom. And I basically got that too. This was a little bit different because it was really interesting, the behind the scenes, how it all kind of came together. And I have high hopes for this game, and I'm glad to see I think a lot of people do as well. Just unique, not a sequel,
And this one's only $50.
There you go. Yeah.
In a world where PlayStation has set the bar for $70 games across the board, we got Xbox out here dropping lower priced ones.
Could be the way to, and funny enough, I think it's Sean Layden, previous executive over at PlayStation, talking about, we got to explore different price points. I think I heard a rumor that like GTA could be $100, like that it could be that game to break the $100 barrier. I don't know. There's so many of these deep conversations that could be had. I'm of the mind, I've got complex thoughts on price points, but I like to see, this is kind of like the good old days where it wasn't a standard price for every single game. And kind of just, you looked at the flyer from whatever, your local video. For us, it was like Superstore, for God's sakes, in Canada. This one is what did you say? 40 US? Yep. $49.99 US.
$49.99 US.
Day one on Game Pass, April 20 something. When is this?
Like 2 weeks after South of Midnight, which is wild.
Yeah, it's the only thing is it's a little tight. But these, I mean, to me, I don't know. This might be, I don't know anything about anything. These smaller price points to me kind of tell me maybe smaller, shorter games.
Yeah, so that was actually what I was going to get to as well, because one of the things I like, again, I value time quite a bit. And, especially like when I don't have too much time to play, if a game's too big, it's overwhelming. Supposedly, like based off of a tweet that was said earlier from the developers, they said that this is more in like the 30-hour range for the story.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Which is great, but that's also developer 30 hours. It might be 20 to 25 real talk, like might not be super, the 30 hours that they're actually talking about. But yeah, like that was the one thing they said. And also the lower price point was kind of their way of saying, hey, we're still an indie studio. We want you to kind of get used to who we are and kind of get into the game. And like, I think that's their way of kind of enticing more people to play it. Obviously, Game Pass is going to help a lot of people play this game. But,
I hope so. Yeah.
Again, I actually, everything I was seeing about the game looked awesome. But then I had that fear of like, I don't have time for a 150-hour RPG. Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
And then when I found out it was like 30, they said 30, I was actually like, oh, okay, that seems way cooler, like way more doable for me. So I'm actually more inclined to play it because of that. So
yeah.
Also, I don't think South of Midnight's gonna be long at all. If I have to be honest, I don't think that game's gonna be a long game whatsoever. Yeah. So
I agree. Yeah. We Happy Few wasn't an enormous game either from Compulsion. Right. That was before the Xbox, or I think they released it just as they were getting bought or whatever. Yeah. But this one they've got obviously much better funding. But I don't imagine that this is going to be anything huge. Now, I don't know, maybe the Hellblade thing is just, it still stings so much because that game got built up to be like this God of War competitor in some weird way. Yeah. And then it just ended up being the sequel to the first Hellblade, that somehow disappointed people a lot. I really just hope if these games are shorter or smaller in scale and scope, that just is fine, that it's like, hopefully there's no way to mainline these games in 5 hours so we can just avoid that whole mess.
I doubt that. Riley says in the chat, South of Midnight is 10 to 12 hours, which I assume that type of game.
That's great, man. I think that's good.
I'd rather you give me 10 to 12 hours of jam-packed, non-stop action, no lulls, nothing. Don't make the game long for unnecessary reasons. Just give me non-stop action, non-stop upgrades all the way up until the end. Make me feel like the game's worth it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm down for a 10 to 12 hour game.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. Expedition 33. Claire Obscura, is that what it's called? Claire something?
Yeah. Something.
Claire Obscura.
That's not too bad. That's not a... There's...
I know, but there's
way worse titles.
There's worse titles than that.
Yeah, it just... Whatever. Nobody's saying the full name. Everyone's just saying Expedition 33, so...
Right.
That's
Which, by the way, cool concept for a story. Like, hey, we're just going to give you a random number and everybody, Was it younger or older than that? Older than that, right? Older than that dies. I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I love stuff like that. That premise is
that's cool.
Bonkers.
Yep. Big fan.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, eventually you run out of numbers, though.
It's true. But that's the whole point. It's like you get to everybody's just gonna be like next year it's gonna be like 2. It's like, damn it, we're all dead. There's a bunch of 1-year-olds just running around.
To Expedition 10, like are all the 9-year-olds gonna save the world? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I know about that.
They're just sitting on their tablets all day, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Mom, I need another granola bar. Mom's dead.
Mom's dead.
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
She got snapped out of existence.
She was 12.
Oh.
Oh, Mom was 12. Oh, no.
Expedition 10's a short game. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's terrible.
It is terrible.
All right.
What's next?
Yeah.
What happened next, Sean?
what's next?
Tee us up, Bowsah. You go for it.
Doom? Dare I say Doom is back?
Yeah,
The Dark
buddy.
Ages. I need, okay, I'll go ahead here. Doom closed out the show, which I thought was the smart move. I have no notes. This is what we needed to be left with. Doom is iconic. Also, while we're talking about Doom, I'm going to hit pause on this trailer just for a quick second. Prior co-host to the Xbox Drive, Luke Lore, host of the Xbox expansion pass, he interviewed John Romero, who invented Doom, by the way. So go check. That is bonkers, dude. Like, go check out that interview. Congratulations to Luke for getting that interview. John Romero is just one of the. He's on the Rushmore, man. He's on Mount Rushmore of video games. He's up there. It's a huge, huge deal. So anyways, Doom is a huge deal with video games. I played Doom on PC way back in the day, way younger than I ever should have been. And I'm so happy it's here. I just want to take like a moment of gratitude and appreciation that we have excellent Doom games now. And we've been getting these since 2016. To close out this direct, I thought was really smart. And I thought they also did one thing that really jumped out to me, among many others, was the way that they described the 3 Doom games that we now have with Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and now this, where like really about the motion. In the first one, you're fast and you're fluid, you're moving side to side, and you got your glory kills and all that's there. And then in Doom Eternal, you're more like acrobatic, like you've got a bunch of jumping moves and you're up in the air. And then this one, you're a tank. I think they said like you're just this. Yeah. You're you can still move fast, but you've got your shield, you've got your melee, like you got a huge iron flail. Even the way they unveiled that, like what if you had this shield and then your other hand you had this big iron flail and just like bashing dudes over the head and like pulverizing them into just meat on the ground. I am here for this kind of game. I thought that was really, for me, that was the thing that jumped out because I remember even when it was happening, people didn't really separate Doom Eternal from Doom 2016. They're just like, it's bigger, better. And that's not what Doom Eternal is. It's not just bigger and better. It's actually like a different way of engaging with the game. And I thought that they prepped us. It really clicked with me that I want to just be like this death deliverer that is going to go up against massive enemies. And it starts off with like these big ogres and all these big demons and everything. That's all good. And then we're going to be in these giant like kaiju mech things and battling enormous skyscraper sized demons and blowing off all the flesh off their bones. And it'll be kind of like just bloody messes as you get them down to the ground. I thought I can't even talk, you guys. This whole thing was excellent. This is where I wanted to land. I didn't think I needed to see anything about Doom, the Dark Ages. I just had to know that they were going to come with a new game and I would be there day one. I thought this was like a perfect demonstration because it got me so hyped and I got to appreciate all the work and all the choices that they made and got to see the reverence and the importance. These guys know that Doom is a big deal and that it's a big responsibility to come out with the next Doom game. This isn't just another shooter. It's like, this is Doom, for God's sake. So, man, they totally nailed it. I cannot wait for May to come. Holy crap.
Yeah, so I was far more hesitant about Doom. I didn't care for Doom Eternal.
Okay.
Like, I didn't like the jumping around all over the place, parkour, whatever. It's like, I just want to shoot stuff, right? Like, that's Doom to me. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the original. Like, Doom is just run out there and wreck some demons.
Yeah.
I'm here for this.
And what were they going to do? Make it more running and jumping?
Like
they kind of went
you
back.
ran out of room there.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was such a smart... Because I imagine that would be a conversation that they'd have. Like, how much faster and more crazy could they make it? It's like, what if we just reset here? and make you
some of the shots they show in this presentation, like they showed original Doom and then showed like modern Doom, and it's like, yeah, this is what it was in your head when you were playing the original Doom, right?
Oh, totally.
Terrible graphics, but man, you were like, wow, look at this monster. Yeah.
Well, even because they kind of went through a bunch of different iterations of Doom. Yeah, the old like '90s Doom, and then they also showed a couple clips from like Doom 2016 and Eternal. And I remember thinking back then, I've never seen a more gorgeous game. It's so fast and fluid, and it looks great. This makes 2016, which obviously is almost 10 years ago. This looks incredible. So much more detail, so much more life and death as well. The environments are so cool. It just kept going. They could have just been like, you got this machine gun that chews up bits of skulls and flails at everybody. You got a shield. That's great. But then the melee weapon started to come out and all these different, like they got into the robots, and they made a point too during that I thought was really interesting. They're like, this isn't just like a one and done like chapter kind of thing. Like the way you interact with that part of the game is deep, I think was the word that they used. And I thought that was really interesting because a lot of times you play these action games, I'm thinking about like maybe like a Gears of War almost. You run around in that in the armored tank, and it's like it was a thing that was designed for that chapter, and that was about it. And you can always tell. But if there's like different ways to outfit your giant, I don't even know what to call it, like a mech or whatever this thing is, and all the different like loadout options, the way you interact there, I thought it was going to be really cool. Riley King in the chat says Sean's going to be playing this in ultra wide mode on his PC. I'm going to be geeking out about this game, you guys. I'm here for Doom. It's in my DNA. It's like I was born and then I was playing Doom. And shame on my parents for letting us play it, man. Because you got like these, between that and Wolfenstein, you got your knife and you're kind of just stabbing German shepherds. Like, goodness gracious, it was so violent, that Wolfenstein game. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that appealed to me as well is they're talking about all with one input. I know they talked about it with the shield, and maybe it was the melee weapons as well. Like with the shield, it's based on context. So if there's a projectile coming at you, you press the button and your shield comes up and blocks it or parries it back.
Parries it back. You deflects it. Yes.
But if there's no enemies close, you throw your shield, you know. My old lady brain is happy, like one button to do all the shield things.
That's the way it should be. This was the part that got me. This deep, like you got this machine gun in your giant mech, and look at the muscles and the flesh come off of the body and just leaves the bone. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, it's going for it, man. I talked about this with Hellblade last year too. I want to play games where it looks like the developers give a shit. And it looks like all these games are that. They care about, and they're going for it, man. No holds barred, just like, what is Doom? Like, this is what it's supposed to be. Good for them, man. I can't wait. May 15?
Something. I just know, man.
Something,
bro. I don't know. Like the couple things that stood out to me. One, the single input thing that definitely reminded me of Gears. How A is literally so many things. It's run, it's dodge, it's jump, it's this, and like it's all contextual just based on what's happening in the game. So again, making it easier. This also definitely reminds me of like what you were talking about earlier is when you see somebody who knows what they're doing in the game, how fluid and just amazing it looks. And that's like what I want out of this, because like I always love like when you get to the point where you feel like you are just overpowered and you can just walk into a room and just mess up everything in there. It's so nice.
There's nothing like it when a game knows what it is, you know, and it doesn't have like the John Romeros of the past or anything like that. And and the developer Rockstar sort of like persona thing is going away these days. But these guys, they're not that, but like they know they got something special. You know, and I love seeing a little attitude coming out of a studio like it. This is great.
Not to mention, like, this studio, number one, they know what they're doing, but also they're so in tune with their own engine that the fact that this game looks ridiculous. It also doesn't look like it drops a single frame. And it's going to run so well on Series X. It's going to run so well on PC. And, like, that's something that's definitely a good thing to see too, is when a game is like actually truly optimized to run best on the hardware. And I that's what I'm saying. When I was playing Doom Eternal, like I'm just running like a psycho, just going super fast, flying through the air, doing this. And I'm like, this game hasn't dropped one beat. Like this game has not slowed down. It is so good. The other thing I wanted to mention too is I appreciate the difficulty sliders, not necessarily for me to make it easier. I can't wait to see those speed runs where everybody has it cranked full.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking enemy damage, all these things just full maxed out, trying to do speed runs of that, or just trying to play the game like that to begin with. Like, that's such a unique, cool thing. It's not just a difficulty. It is literally like, yeah, we get it. This game's wild. By the way, shout out to Fee. This actually could help her quite a bit playing this game, because if it's not as insane moving, maybe she won't get as motion sick. So it also works in the accessibility things as well there too. Like, you could slow down the speed of the game to where you're not just like, okay, what's going on? Like, what am I seeing right now? What is happening in front of me? So there's just so much good with this. Like you had said, that dude, the fact that shield is like, it's Cap's shield, bro, but it's got a chainsaw on it. Like, that's so cool, bro.
Yep.
Also,
you add a chainsaw to anything, it rules.
Yeah, it really does make it better. I mean, it just does. Yeah, there's a lot. And again, like, I didn't get the whole, I didn't have a dislike or anything for Eternal. Like, I liked Eternal. I liked both games equally, honestly. But I also do like the fact of, like, yeah, you feeling like a tank. My favorite thing in the world, and they showed it in one of these gameplay clips, is there's always one guy right at the beginning of an area where you walk into who's by himself. And you, like, in this clip, he just knocks the hell out of that guy with the shield and sends that guy flying just to, like, set the tone for the stage. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be good. Also, like, and we're watching the video of the developer direct. Look at all those people who look so damn happy to be there.
I know. They look so
And they're
stoked.
just like, yep, everybody there knows how awesome it is, and they're just waiting for us to play it. Also, they did come out with some collector's editions of the game, which I think are cool. They have a really cool statue in a collector's edition that you can buy. There's a steelbook, stuff like that too, which the only thing that's weird is, like, can they have a collector's? It sounds bad because I think Wolfenstein did this and everybody gave them crap for it. Can I get a collector's edition of the game that doesn't come with the game? Make it a little cheaper just for the statue and stuff, because I got Game Pass. I'm just saying, like, I'm going to do that. Also, who was in the chat? Todd mentioned no multiplayer. Thank you.
Yeah, we're good.
No one played the multiplayer in those Doom games. No one cared. So the fact that they're just like, nope, single player only, plus they're going to have campaign DLC, I'm all for it. Like, I'm super stoked for it. And dude, this game comes out right in a time where usually gaming has its lull, right? Summertime. Dude, nothing comes out in the summertime. Let's just hit you right at the beginning, like right before summer hits.
Summertime, May is our snow is melting, man.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah. I mean, it's starting to get above 100 degrees. That's when May, no joke, that date might be when my kids get out of school. So, like,
oh, there you go.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's going to be so good. And again, after seeing that, I'm very confident in saying that will be the best rated Xbox exclusive, or let me rephrase that, Xbox first party game of 2025.
Yeah, that was a good prediction, man. That was pretty good. People should check that out if they missed that last week. Our predictions for the year, Mitch is looking like he's on a good track. I'm already losing, so there's that.
E-Day is happening this year, guys. I swear to God.
Oh my God, that would be great. Awesome. Well, that was I think people were excited about it as well. Like, reactions online were pretty good. Our Discord was popping as well, so that was good. I liked it. Very eclectic taste. We got Ninja Gaiden, Expedition 33, Doom: The Dark Ages, and South of Midnight. Like, it's not like we got all the same games. It's not Sad Dad Simulator. It's not live action games of service stuff. It's pretty varied, and it's all coming to Game Pass. That had a nice comeback. All play anywhere as well. Your progress carries over, which is, we love to see that. A lot of, like, gamer friendly kind of stuff that we've been wanting is here, all in one developer direct. Mitch,
I also do want to say shout out to all the people who also do get to play these games on PlayStation. Seriously, I all that whole, like, oh, it's coming on PlayStation. Just play games.
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys. Be happy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy you guys get Doom same day as everybody else. That's awesome. I'm not going to be that guy that's like, oh, we should have it exclusive. Shut up. Everybody.
I mean, the Game Pass is exclusive.
That's the thing. It's like, your best way to play it is on Game Pass, because literally, what's that? $60 retail for those 4 months. For $60, you have a chance to play all those games that we talked about. All of them for $60.
Wait, what math are you doing? $60.
So 4 months of Game Pass.
Why do you need 4 months? It's April and May.
Yeah, well, it might take you 4 months to get through.
I'm thinking of Avowed as well.
Oh, okay. Sure.
But
yeah,
think
I mean,
about
like,
that.
we go through the whole damn calendar, you know? Like,
No,
it's
but yeah,
gonna be
like, I mean,
impressive.
think about it, for the next 4 months, that's $60 worth of Game Pass. You literally have access to all 4 of those titles you saw. Minus Ninja Gaiden 4. But also you get Avowed, which they didn't talk about at all because they talked about it last year. Like, it's nuts. So, I mean, again, I'm just happy that people will get a chance to play this on other stuff. And you should. Like, go. Everybody should be playing Doom. I'm sorry.
Todd Oxter in the chat says, will South of Midnight get announced for PS5 during a State of Play? I don't know if we, like, is this an exclusive for Xbox? Because I know this is a little confusing.
That's the only one that didn't get announced for PS5.
Right. Yeah. Doom,
So,
obviously. Yeah.
I think South of Midnight, I think that's going to probably get the treatment of, like, give it 6 months.
6 months. Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, again, it's like the $40 games. I mean, again, it's weird to say like, oh, it's a $40 game. It's a smaller budget title. I wouldn't, it's so dumb to say that especially when it's like, it's owned by Microsoft. Like, it's not a smaller budget title. It's just a big game that happens to be $40. But also, I wouldn't be surprised for them to, have that come to PlayStation eventually. Yeah. I think Doom only happened on PS5 day one simply because it was probably already in development prior to Activision getting bought by them. Or I'm sorry, no,
Activision.
That's right. It was id.
Yeah, doesn't apply.
Never mind. Who cares? Just play it.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Good direct, Xbox. You did good, and I can't wait.
One of the better ones you've had in like.
Yeah, they finally put it all together.
Yep.
They've had moments like, especially some of their June showcases have been pretty amazing, and say most of the games are coming to Game Pass. Blah 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 blah. They've done terrible shows. Like, remember one of the first ID at Xbox shows where it was like 6 hours of nonsense?
Yeah, those ones are the Twitch ones that they do the long streams.
Yeah, it was a little bit much, right? This was, I think it was the right balance. They gave each developer and game some time to shine. You got to see the behind the scenes stuff. You got to see the story stuff. Oh, here's a bunch of gameplay. Oh, here's the release date.
And the
Please
date,
be excited.
Man. Yep. Here's my tinfoil hat to close things out for you guys. So all coming together. I think everybody is sort of like the common theme. Everybody understands this. We got dates. All these studios are firing. Xbox is back and they're doing a thing. And that's how you launch a console, by the way. You can't launch a console when you've had the years that they've had. You can't have certainly it will come and like, trust us, bro. It's happening. Like, people's trust has been flayed over the last little while. You do this. It's like games and games and games and games. And here's a console you have to have. It's almost like, like hockey players, basketball players, like athletes in their final year of their contract, trying to get like a nice payday.
Yeah, trying to get the next payday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. You just come out swinging. And both of you, I think, alluded to this. They're just talking about, aside from like a fall release window for Ninja Gaiden, this is just the first, not even full half of the year. To me, this screams something new, something big at the back half of 2025. So that's my like tinfoil hat. I'm just getting like probably unreasonably excited, but that's just my take on it, man.
I'm not going to go down that path because
I almost got
that's the last thing I need.
You're like, that kind of makes sense.
I'm pretty excited. So, but does that mean that perhaps in June with the big showcase, we're going to get another handful of games that are going to be the second half of the year? You know what I mean? Like, this is shaping up to be an awesome year. My biggest concern
and then nothing for another 8 years.
Exactly that. Are they going to
just blow their wad in 2025? They're just like, here's all of it. What do you got in 2026?
Gears and Fable for the back half, and then all right, well,
that's it. See you in 2028. The new.
By the way, Perfect Dark hasn't been talked about yet. Really, like, there's still like games that they've mentioned that can still be brought out.
There's still a lot of stuff out there.
There's still Outer Worlds 2, Gears E-Day, Fable, dude. Duh. Oh my God, this is just nuts.
Another
and again,
Forza Horizon game in there somewhere.
I can't. Yeah,
I'm holding out for that.
Yeah,
can't wait for Summer's Game Fest when they announce E-Days this year and your Marcus Phoenix collection and Unreal 5 is a day. Yo, there's your shadow drop for June. By the way, go play Gears.
Mario. Oh my God.
And then July, August, September,
finish
October.
1, 2, and 3 right before that, and I'm gonna be mad.
Well,
Cygnus in the chat. Again. Welcome, Cygnus. By the way, it says GTA 6 still on track this year. That is like
Good
people
Lord,
forget that. By the way,
about that.
People forget that GTA 6 is coming to Xbox. Like, yeah,
GTA 6 is happening.
What a year, dude.
That game. You know what sucks though? I will say we might not get those release dates in the Summer Games Fest until Rockstar puts their flag down.
I know.
Everybody's just gonna be like, before the end of the year.
Oh,
Wink, wink,
man.
Rockstar. Do you want to tell us what day you're coming out so we can avoid it like the plague? Please.
Well, you know what? You
Something
throw into the
else
mix.
comes out then.
We're getting Half-Life 3 this year too, guys.
Say it. Let's get it.
Say it.
Costume Quest 3, baby.
Oh man. Yeah, somehow it's not.
Give me my Halo VR. Give me my Halo VR.
I know which one I would be excited for.
Oh damn. It's fun being excited about Xbox again, you guys. It's fun to do this. Yeah.
Before we stray too far away from this, Folia wrote in, "Hello team, hope you all are well. Out of the 4 main games that were discussed in the Direct, I am most intrigued by South of Midnight. I already had my eye on it since it was originally announced, but seeing more gameplay and the different worlds we'll be able to journey through got me a little more pumped for the game. After watching this Direct, are any of you a bit more excited for a particular game?"
Oof.
Mitch, what do you think? Or
All
were
of
you
them.
already
Like,
top of the charts for everything?
I mean, Doom was the one game that, besides the, because we didn't know what the surprise was, right? But the surprise being what the surprise was, I was like, holy crap, I didn't realize I needed that in my life, but now I do. That's rad. Honestly, I was just like, Doom was the one. Out of all those games, it might have been, if I had to pick one that actually made me go, oh, yeah, maybe Expedition 33. Because again, I was not, I saw a video and I thought it looked cool. But then seeing more of the gameplay, I'm like, okay. Hearing how long the game is supposedly, I'm like, okay, we're cooking. Now I'm actually more excited to play that. And the fact that it's on game, I was already going to play Doom. I mean, bro.
Yeah, but this got deeper for me. Like this question, I think like the pure answer is Doom. I was already in, and it's like I didn't even want to look at it. Honestly, I was gonna turn it off. I'm like, I'm good on Doom. I don't need to see anything else. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I got to this doesn't always work for me. But this developer direct really did. I think about oftentimes when they have like the dedicated directs for Nintendo games, and they're like, all right, Xenoblade fans, here's how the menu system works. And it's like, like I don't want to be doing that.
I will say one thing. There was literally one moment when you play as the mech. I saw the mech kick a demon. I just want to point out, most of the time, mechs don't kick. They punch. That thing was like, we give it a big old front kick. Like, I was like, okay, we're cooking with gas. Let's go.
Totally.
Can't wait.
JB in the chat says, so excited for South of Midnight. I got to go back and play my other Ninja Gaiden games too. Like the fact that we're talking about this, I alluded to it before. Doom, the Dark Ages, which looks so damn hardcore and like doomed to its DNA. And then also this South of Midnight game, you know, that is
turn-based RPG.
Totally. This was such a great, it's not like they had to throw 40 games at you to show like diversity and like variety and stuff. They showed you 4 games. And there were a bunch of stuff for a bunch of different gamers. I love it.
I was going to say, I like the fact that all of them were very different.
Yep.
Like you had your action, super hardcore action game. You had your platformer that has some action in there. You have your RPG, and then you have your first person just Hellfest, which is awesome.
Gosh. Yeah, give it to me now.
I'm actually thinking about that ultra. I'm thinking about that ultra wide you have now, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna be good.
Got
bro.
that nice CPU. Maybe get that 50 series at some point here. Ooh.
Sean's gonna order a 5090 and be like,
not
Chelsea,
a 90. That's too much. That's too much. But an 80 or 70 Ti maybe. We'll
see. I think for me, probably the biggest turnaround I have is on Doom. Like I was gonna play it, give it a try, but like I said, Eternal didn't hit for me, so I'm really excited to play this one and be more grounded and just ripping and tearing and being strong.
I'm pumped for the music. Hopefully I know that whole Mick Gordon stuff happened earlier and that sucks. But what I heard while they're playing it during this part of the direct, I thought sounded really, really good. What I want, you talk about the collector's editions, Mitch. What I want is that fur cape. I want that. I want to wear that cape that Doom guys wear. Like, what is that?
Sean wants to start a stream. It's Doom, and then he walks into frame with that on, and he's just like, "I'm ready."
Can you imagine? I love it.
That would be awesome, bro.
Yeah,
that'd be so good.
Oh, I love it. All right, pretty good, I would say. Next week on the Xbox Drive, probably not this. Well,
what the hell are we going to talk about?
Shut down 7 studios and lay off half their employees.
Oh
no!
No!
Oh, that hurts.
Compulsion. Thank you so much for South of Midnight. It's gold, right? All right, cool. Have a good day. Bye.
Bowsah, do we have any other questions?
Please, Xbox, just keep this momentum going for a while.
Yes, please.
I mean, here's the thing.
Xbox fans
It is
around
hard.
the world have earned this.
For sure. I mean, also, I'm not trying to make this a console war thing, but also when Sony has really announced like Ghost of Yote and like, that's it?
That's it.
Yep. Well,
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, bro. But again, will it sell more Xboxes? Sure. But know what it is? They don't care. They just want you to get Game Pass, buddy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Good game.
Game Pass and play it on an LG TV. Oh, by the way, did we mention that last week? Apparently LG TVs now are going to have the built-in Xbox app. So
it's not
like
just Samsung anymore.
Not just Samsung anymore. So now they're starting to expand on that to allow more TVs to become Xboxes.
That's cool.
So,
I have LG TVs. Nice.
There you go.
Good. Any other questions, Bowsah?
That's it.
Then
I think the entire Discord was popping off yelling at Nagachaka for selling his Series S.
Selling his Xbox. Can you
other
imagine?
people telling him everything else he has, it already is an Xbox, but...
Yeah.
He sold his Series S to get a Portal. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
I can't even cloud game Xbox stuff.
I know. I tried telling him.
And a black PlayStation Portal came out, which is way cool looking anyway.
Oh, he got that one.
Oh, he did get that one? Okay, at least he did
Yeah.
that.
All right. That is all. That brings us to the end of the Xbox Drive episode number 371. We've been doing this since before Game Pass was a thing. Now look at us. Phil Spencer bringing us to the promised land, will just turn into
Who would have thought?
fanboys. Yeah, it only took us 25 years. You know what I'm saying? But goodness gracious. Before we thank everybody who makes all this happen at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, Bowsah, can you please tell people where they can find you and chat with you on the internet?
You can add me as your friend on Xbox at Bowsah13, just like Riley did earlier today.
Oh, nice.
You can also do it on PlayStation, but I'm not on there very much, so... Come hang out with me in Discord, or add me on Blue Sky, Bowsah13, all the places. Come be my friend.
Good. I am, and I will be, and other people should too. Mitch, tell them.
You can find me everywhere on the internet. Mitch Power 1116, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, which is still a thing, by the way. Crazy enough.
It's back. Making a comeback.
I tried to kill it.
It is back. Yeah. Yep. Nope. Came right back. Bowsah tried to kill it with all those server updates, but couldn't do it. Like I said, stream's been doing really well lately. That's been having fun there. So going to be playing more variety of games here soon because I got like 2 weeks till a new Apex season comes out. So come hang out on Twitch. Mitch Power 1116.
Very nice. Ding. As for me, Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants on Blue Sky and on Xbox, where you can send me messages, you could be friends, and you could also see when I'm playing Microsoft Solitaire Collection and getting some sweet rewards and achievement points, man. You can ask me how Animal Well is doing, and then whatever game I'm going to be going off to next. I've had an absolute blast doing this podcast with you guys tonight, and guess what? It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for everybody who supports us at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Especially, I want to say thank you to our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, who does the show's music for the Xbox Drive and the PlayStation Drive. Go to linktree/pme.jib and listen to PME on Apple Music and Spotify. Thank you to Cwagmire, who reminds you that the best babes are, in fact, Xenobabes, and TechMike, or Technical Michael, who says, whether you are Kevesi or Agnian, you are a Xenobabe at heart. Thank you to our ultimate producers. Support them. The links are in the show notes. Thank you to our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, Solo, The Captain, and Tim Paullin. Our gold members, you're amazing. Adam, K, Anna, Awesome Dave, 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dan O, Emily O, Kelly, John 32, Liger Woods 330, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje EP, Shane Erickson, Stephen Keller, TheDonRob, the Jiggy Collector, and Toxic. Thank you all so much. If you want to check out patreon.com/carpoolgaming, you should do it. You get a free trial, and then when you start paying, you get free content with your paid subscription membership over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. That's it. The end of the show, episode 371 of the Xbox Drive. We'll be back next week. Hopefully Fiona is back. Hopefully I'm done Animal Well by then. We'll see you next time, and I'm got to hit the button wherever the hell it is. I have no clue how to end this show. There it is. Goodbye.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.